darlings. My name is Katie of Rose Bloom Readings. I'm sorry again for my voice. The readings that go up on the channel are usually about 2 or 3 weeks behind, but also sometimes I kind of shuffle them. So readings that, I filmed 2 weeks before could go up after a reading I had filmed the day before. So this is the same the same throat issue I had before. It's a little bit better. I did have like 3 days straight where I had no voice. It was it was terrifying. I was lost. Like I literally had to walk around with like a little notepad because people would talk to me and I couldn't say anything. So it's still a little rough, but I will never learn. That's one thing about me. So like as soon as it came back, I was like, great, let's go. Let's film. I had like 4 video readings I did today. Bunch of other private readings. I'm extremely grateful. And then I wanted to film because there's a lot of energy right now. At the time I'm filming this, it is April 4th. It is just before the full moon in Libra. We have so many beautiful transits happening. Not transits, we have so many beautiful astrological events happening right now. We're getting Mercury in Taurus, some wonderful stuff with Jupiter. There's so much really, really, really good, really exciting energy at the end of this month. This is a timeless reading, but at the end of this month, we're going to have another Aries new moon, which is really, 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 really cool. And it's just fun, it's just exciting, it's just really good energy. So I was really excited to do today's reading, my darlings, on what the next big change is that's going to be happening for you. Because it definitely feels like with everything that's happening astrologically, there is so much energy of momentum and change. I mean, to have that happen in correlation with Aries season, who is, the ram, like they're running. And again, timeless reading, whenever you find this is when you're supposed to find it, my darlings, but the energy at the time that I'm filming it is very, 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 very exciting. So I really wanted to be able to do this, so I'm sorry I'm subjecting you to my croaky voice again. I mean, I feel like it's not that bad, but I also said that in the last reading that I filmed, which was the wax relationship reading. That was a weird way to phrase that. And then I went and edited it. And I was like, there's something going on with her in there. That doesn't sound right. So it'll probably be the same for this one. So I'm sorry I'm subjecting you to this, but I'm excited and I have a lot that I want to share with you, my loves. So hopefully you can tolerate it for the time being. We have 4 piles today, my darling. Same as always. One day it might be different. Today it is not, my loves. Pile number 1 is Raccoon, Survival. Pile number 2 is Rabbit, Fertility. Pile number 3 is Frog, Luck. Pile number 4 is Eel, Mystery. I will have the timestamps down below in the description box, my darlings. Trust your intuition. Whatever you feel drawn to is what is meant for you, my loves. If you require more clarity, feel free to take a long breath in through your nose, hold it for 4 seconds, and let it out slowly through the mouth. If you feel drawn to more than one pile, it's most likely because you have messages that are meant for you in each of those piles, my darlings. Take the messages that resonate, leave behind what doesn't for those who are meant to receive it. Pause the video if you need more time. If you are ready, then I will also be ready. And we will get started. Hello, 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 my sweet little raccoons. If you picked the raccoon, this is your reading on what big changes are coming your way, my darlings. So, one thing that I'm picking up on initially is I feel like you have made a lot of changes in the last 6 to 8 months specifically, but also could be up to a year, my darlings, on the people that are around you. You've really had a lot of new clarity on, who is worthy of space in your circle. And you're no longer allowing yourself to feel guilty about making sure that the people in your space are worthy of your space. You're not accepting people into your space who, you know, don't respect you, don't value you, and also don't respect or value the other people in your space, because that's a big thing too, my darlings. You know, when we have people in our circle, it's imperative that they respect and value the other people that are important to us, because the people that are important to us are an extension of ourselves. And it feels like you've made a lot of changes in that regard in a really positive way. So yes, your circle is smaller, but it's a better circle, my darlings. And a small circle is always going to be a good circle if it's a better circle. Yes. um, so that's really exciting. It does feel as though, I will say though, lately your sleeping patterns have been really mixed up, my darlings, like backwards. I'm picking up on that from the raccoon, like I know, like nocturnal energy. And it feels like it kind of happened gradually. Like you stayed up a little bit later, a little bit later, a little bit later, but now it's like almost totally backwards. Like you're going to bed at like 3, 4, 5 in the morning, and then it feels like you still have to wake up and function for the day. So doing your best to adjust that, my love. I do feel that a big change coming your way, my darlings, is, yep. It feels like you're moving. Feels like you're moving, you're changing your living situation, you're getting out of something that was very uncomfortable, something you didn't like to be in, but for whatever reason, happenstance, requirement, responsibility, obligation, you had to stay where you were, where you weren't, you know, really thriving, where you weren't able to be your best self, where you didn't, it feels like your energy had to kind of remain very, very, very closed in. So you could have been waiting to finish school. You could have been waiting to go to university, to move to, you know, student dorms, or move to an apartment. Moving out with family. You could have lived with roommates that you just didn't want to live with anymore, and you're moving out of that situation. But definitely moving out of that and into something new, into a new phase. That's going to be really exciting for you, my darlings. And no longer feeling, yeah, I didn't even notice she was in a cage. Definitely feeling much more free, much less cramped. You're getting out of your trash can, my babies. It also feels like you're really recognizing in the last little while the energy that exists in the physical space that we also exist in, and how to prioritize, you know, maintaining that space so that we feel the best that we possibly can, because, you know, our homes are an extension of ourselves. Our homes are also, you know, what give us energy in a lot of circumstance. Bottom of the deck energy is the 10 of Pentacles, my darlings. You could have your eye on a pet, a dog or a cat I'm seeing specifically, but also it could be like a guinea pig or a ferret. And I'm seeing you have your eye on them at like a shelter, or through like a rescue place that you follow, and you've kind of been going back and forth, and it feels like when you move into this new space is when you'll be able to welcome that new pet, because that feels like it, that feels really, really good, my darling. That feels really, really, really grounding and centering. But yes, making sure that you're taking care of your space as well, my darling, and allowing the energy that you put in and the love that you put into your space to come back to you when you need it. You know, after a long day, after something difficult, you want to come home to a space that's inviting and that's healing for you, not a place that, you know, bogs you down with its energy. And you are coming to terms with that. And it also feels as though there's definitely a lot of grounding that's going to happen in this new space. And it feels like that grounding is primarily emotionally focused, because it feels like you've been having a really hard time kind of keeping check of your emotions in this space that you're leaving, because it's too much to keep track of at once. It's too much to you know, kind of try and protect your energy, but also have to exist in this sort of confined energetic space. And then as well, you know, try and find the energy to like give back to yourself. Like that's way too tall an ask, my darlings. So it feels like your emotions have kind of fallen to the back burner, and in a lot of ways they've, you know, they've come up very suddenly, or they've become overwhelming very suddenly, and they've been very difficult in the last few months to sort of get a handle on. So if you feel I feel as though a lot of you have already sought out counseling, or at the very least opening up to somebody, trusted and somebody secure and somebody loving. But if you haven't and you feel called to do that, my darlings, I feel as though that would really benefit you. There's a lot of clearing that I'm seeing, like a lot of taking out the trash, like, a little raccoon energy, like you're scoping through everything that exists around you and you're taking out only what's worthwhile, and you're carrying that with you to your new place, to your safe little hole in the ground, or wherever the fuck raccoons live. Trees, maybe? I don't know. We have increase, we have kindred partnership, we have travel again. Okay, really, really, really exciting. We have dark thoughts, and we have professional assistance. Okay, yeah. So definitely, if you feel called to speak to somebody professionally, my love's about the things that have been weighing down heavily on you. I feel as though that would do wonderful for you. It definitely feels like you're heading to a bigger and better place. Hot air balloons and rainbows are very big signifiers of Spirit's presence with you, my darlings. Very reassuring and comforting. I feel like you lean on those synchronicities a lot, by way of comfort, which is beautiful, because that is part of the reason that they're there, my loves, is to reassure and to comfort, like, a warm hug from a loved one, just to let you know that you are not on your own, that you are not, fending for yourself in times of difficulty. You are loved, you are supported, you are protected unconditionally and wholeheartedly. It feels like, okay, so some of you could either be making quite a move. International, you could be moving the opposite side of a country. You could be moving to another country. You could be moving across water. A significant move, or it feels as though some of you have a trip planned. It feels as though this trip is in relation to family members. It could be somebody getting married, somebody celebrating like a milestone or a birthday, anniversary, and then in traveling to this place, it kind of lets you see how confined you've been, where you've been existing thus far, and and it really drives you to be like, oh my God, there's an entire world out there for me. There's an entire world that I can experience and be in, and nothing is stopping me, because I can obtain whatever I need to obtain in order to get to this place if I want to be here. I can put money away, I can save money, I can dip into my savings, and I can do this. And it does take, of course, it takes, an element of bravery. Of course, it takes an element of planning. Of course, it takes an element of, trusting in yourself and your intuition enough to be like, I'm guided to this for a reason. As with most worthwhile things, my loves. And, but it feels like, yeah, it's, there's so much good energy in this move, so much freeing energy, so much energy that's really going to liberate you from, the kind of cycle that you've been stuck in, because it does feel like you've kind of been in this sort of like, it's like a labyrinth, but there's no end. It's just like, hitting a wall and then going back and hitting a wall and going back. And that's kind of where you've been existing. And, the original card actually that flipped out, I remember, for pile number 1 was the rat card, which was fear. And the card had a very nice energy, because rats are wonderful animals. They're very intelligent, they're very loving, they're very supportive, they're very resourceful. But that fear word, I didn't feel like that's something that needed to be the focus of the reading. And I really like that in putting it back, which I never do. I never do that. I always, I always trust Spirit, but there was something, intuition was telling me, no, I don't need that word at the jump start for this pile. That's like the last thing you guys need. And so the fact that, we put it back and got survival is really, really nice, because that's overcoming. That's, recognizing strength and resilience that you have within you, that I feel like sometimes you don't remember that you have, my loves. And it's hard to remember that. It's hard to remember how strong and resilient we are, because oftentimes our strength and resilience comes to fruition at times where that's the only choice that we have. So we're not consciously thinking like, no, this is fine, I can overcome this, I have the ability to overcome this, I'm fucking strong, I'm able to get through this. It's like, I I have to. I don't know if I can, but I know that I have to. And so reminding yourself of all of the things that you've overcome, but also reminding yourself, okay, yes, I've overcome that, but I must have overcome it for a reason. There must be more meant for me because I'm worth more than where I've been settled for the time being. And that's what's coming for you, my loves. That is what's happening. I mean, this is such a beautiful card. This is a card that my throat is already gone. This is a card that, you know, you're going to somewhere beautiful. You're going to somewhere wonderful, but all along the path, all along that journey, my darlings, one, there's no issue. That is a smooth pathway, my babies. There are no gnarled branches. There are no rocks to trip over. There's nothing to worry about. But also along the path, there are these giant gemstones. One, guiding your way to be like, continue this way. You don't have to second guess yourself. But two, there are going to be so many blessings and so many gifts on that journey to where you're meant to be going, my darlings, that it's what you deserve. It's what you deserve, and it's calling out to you for a reason. You have a wonderful intuitive instinct about you, my darlings, and it's worth listening to, for sure. I want to... Squeaky chair, sorry. Oh, squeaky chair. What do I want to do? Okay, I want to... I want to pull the Moonology. Oh, I saw one. Where'd you go, baby? There you are, my love. Okay, so we have work through your fears. Yeah. Thank you, my darlings. And then... Oh my God, I'm struggling over here. Hold your vision. Oh, that's beautiful. And take time to breathe out. Okay, yeah. Yeah, so Scorpio is a fixed sign, my darlings. Bottom of the deck energy adjustments are required. Scorpio is a fixed sign, and with fixed signs, it's hard not to get stuck on a thought. So Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, and Leo. Stuck on a thought, stuck on a vision. And that's okay, because those visions are manifestations. But what's important not to get stuck on is how the journey to achieve that vision isn't always going to go exactly in the timeline we expect and exactly in the way that we expect. But as long as you hold that vision, my darlings, you're allowed to work through those fears. You're allowed to release those fears, because Scorpio is the sign. It's the death card. It's transformation. It's rebirth. And the irony in that is that Scorpio loves to resist that. They love to resist change. As with most fixed signs, they love to resist change. They love to resist that rebirth process. And when you resist it, it's not going to stop it from happening, but it makes it extremely uncomfortable. And if you've ever known a Scorpio, 99.8% of the time, they're pretty uncomfortable. Wonderful signs, but but they're really at home in embracing that transformation. And so, it's a change, and change can be uncomfortable, and change can be somewhat daunting in its unpredictability, but you know where you want that change to lead you, my loves. You know where you want that change to lead you. You know where you want to see yourselves ending up. So that is what you hold on to. You don't hold so tightly onto the process of how you get to that point. You hold on to that point, and you trust the process, my loves. And yes, that's easier said than done. That's always easier said than done. I know, my darlings. I've been doing this a long time. I've also been a person for quite a while. And so, but you're worth that. You're worth what's on the other side of this transformation, my darlings. Because it's a good one. It's a good one. It's like a whole new world, a whole new life for you waiting on the other side of this, my darlings. And it's a short time of transformation for a lifetime of really fulfilling happiness. I do see you being in a new place, and, carrying the circle of people and support that you have with you, but also in turn finding, an extension of your circle of warmth and support in this new place where you land, because it's your home. It's your home, and I feel like a big part of home for you is people. And I feel like that's something you've always known at a heart level, but I feel like that's something that maybe you haven't always been able to experience in fullness in the way that you know you're worthy of. So we have Swan, a tranquil spirit comes with accepting inner dichotomy. We have blue-footed booby, cast aside injured pride and cherish the enduring. And flamingo, nourish your soul and you will survive harsh circumstances. Okay, so that's really beautiful confirmation. That's really, really, really nice confirmation that, and the fact that none of these birds are like alone, the fact that they're in a pair, but also in like a larger group, it definitely feels as though there's one significant person in your life who is your soul partner. And for some of you, that's a romantic connection. For others of you, it does feel as though it's more platonic. It could even be a sibling. It could even be a parent. Especially for those of you who have like single parents, I feel like as you've grown into your adulthood, you've really kind of bridged a much deeper than just familial connection with your parent. Like you have a very beautiful trust in them and them in you, and that's really nice. It's not dependent, it's just it's very loving and very wonderful. Yeah, this is really, really, really nice. So it definitely feels like the next big change for you, my loves. Am I pulling the Intimate Oracle? No. I'm going to pull some letters, though. But it definitely feels like the next big... Oh, this throat of mine. I am seeing a lot of blue in your cards, my love. So it definitely feels like as well. And in your main card as well. So it definitely... Am I pulling letters or charms? Letters. Okay. It definitely feels like... some throat chakra work needs to be done, which would make a lot of sense because it feels like you have been quite silenced in a lot of ways in speaking your truth and in speaking, you know, your authenticity and what makes you comfortable. And no more. No more, because you need to release those truths, my darlings. You need to clear that throat chakra. You need to speak your honest and authentic truth, your feelings, your intuition, not just out loud to others, but also to yourself. You're not deserving of quieting yourselves, my darlings. You need to speak more truthfully and more openly, especially to yourself. I'm also hearing opal could be a very good stone for you, as well as pink opal specifically, but also kunzite, I'm hearing. I'm also hearing San Diego and Chicago. Oh, I see mum. Oh, yeah, so some of you could have a very close relationship to your mother. That is a W, but I saw it as mum. But it also could be a W, but mom. Oh, mom. Oh, that's cute. We have MUW/MIWTAI. Some of you could be interested in Taiwan. As well, some of you could have just recently got into or are looking into Tai Chi, which is wonderful. The shifting of energy, the control of energy. I feel like that would do you a lot of good, my darlings. Can I have some more? Thank you, loves. Okay, we have L, we have T. Some of you are very, very, very interested in Game of Thrones. Also, like especially there's a new series, I think. Is it still on? A new series? I'm really out of the loop. I exist like Pennywise, and that's a really bad comparison, but like literally, like I see the world through like this like this like storm drain, and I exist in this sewer with my little cards and my little stuff, and I see like the shoes of things. So by the time other people have like watched something and talked about it and it's been off the air for 5 years, I'm like, oh, you guys ever heard of that? Like my confirmation for you, my babies. Some of you could also be very into comic books as well as action movies. I'm hearing Godzilla. Some of you could want to move to Japan. I feel like something that drives some of you is wanting to move to a place to teach the language that you speak primarily, while also embracing like a place and a culture that's very inspiring to you, very meaningful to you, very, very lovely to you, in a very respectful way, which is really nice. I'm hearing Goo Goo Dolls as well, the band Goo Goo Dolls. I'm hearing Liz. I'm hearing Tate. I'm hearing Carl. I'm hearing Godfrey. Mary, Mariana, Marion. I'm hearing witch. Some of you could be interested in exploring your witchy nature. You need to eat better as well, my darlings. You need to eat better. And I don't mean like what you're eating. I feel like the time that you're eating, which would correlate to your kind of backwards sleep schedule. Like, of course, if your sleep schedule is fucked up, your eating schedule is going to be fucked up as well. Feels like you're dealing with a lot of like stomach troubles in relation to kind of like your body, like having like to like panic adjust its digestion schedule, to the times that you're eating, like in, or like forgetting to eat for a really long time until you're like really, 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 really hungry and then not feeling very good because your stomach has kind of gotten upset based on how hungry it was. So prioritizing your eating and sleeping habits for sure, my darlings. And if an opportunity comes up, my love, for you to travel, I would definitely take it. I feel like you're able to. I feel like you have the ability to. I would definitely take it. Because I feel like you're meant to explore. You're meant to explore. You're meant to move on. I'm hearing migrate very clearly. Do we have migrate? No, we don't, but I'm hearing it. Also hearing gardenia. Gardenia and the mum flower. Also drinking more water. Or any. I'm hearing any. Just drink any amount of water. More than you are. I don't feel like you're drinking any. I feel like caffeine, especially energy drinks, and hearing Diet Pepsi get you by a lot. So more water for sure, my babies. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 1, my darlings. I hope that you enjoyed that. That's really exciting, all of the wonderful changes I see coming your way. My loves, you're very worthy of them. You're going to be a beautiful flower that's meant to bloom and blossom and grow in a really wonderful way. If you enjoyed that, please feel free to leave a comment, my loves. I love to hear from you. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated, my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon that has the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings and monthly forecasts, my Etsy store, my Instagram. Excuse my phone in the background. I don't know who would be texting me right now. And my email for private readings are down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me today, my loves. I'm sorry about my voice again. I hope it wasn't too bothersome, but I love you very, very much, and I wish you the best. Bye. Hello, 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 my darlings. Group number 2, you sweet little bunnies. I feel like some of you could be born the year of the rabbit. I also feel as though this is the time this reading, but the time I'm filming this, it is the year of the rabbit. So regardless of whether or not you're seeing this in the year of the rabbit, my darlings, it does feel as though the following year, up until the next Lunar New Year, or if you are less than 2 months away from the next Lunar New Year, the following year, very, very, very big, very good changes for you, my loves. Very big, very good changes. I didn't see little floppy doppy over here. Okay. Oh, babies. Baby, baby, babies. Yes, 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 yes. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Come on now, my babies. Okay, so I haven't done group 3 yet, but I already have a very strong feeling that group 3 is going to be for you as well, my darlings. Because good luck here. I was looking at group 3 as I was flipping this, and they felt very similar. Like looking at the cover card, and group 3 is luck. It's the frog. It's luck. So confirmation through that, my darlings. If you felt at all drawn to group 3, I feel as though group 3 has a lot of messages for you as well, my loves. Very exciting. My left hand was itchy here. So one, that tells me two things. One, it tells me, it tells me two things. A lot of money. A lot of money in the upcoming year, my loves. A lot of fucking money. It feels like you're already doing really, really, really well for money. I'm hearing you haven't seen anything yet, so that's really fucking exciting. It's rain, like Scrooge McDuck type rain we're seeing, my babies. But it's nice because you have the polar opposite energy of Scrooge McDuck. Whereas it feels like you're very generous with your money, you're very giving with your money. You're not jumping in that pool of coins by yourselves, my loves. You constantly give out money. You love giving out money. You are so kind. You're so fucking warm. You're like right in my heart, my babies, like right in my chest. You're so generous and loving and sweet and thoughtful and compassionate in a way that you're good, babies. You're good. You're so fucking sweet. You're so sweet, my loves. I feel like a lot of you born the year of the rabbit or born in spring. April, May, June. Yes. No. Yes. Some of you maybe the end of March, but mostly April, May, June. You have such a wonderful energy about you, my loves. Okay. You guys personify the rabbit energy, my darlings, and some of you might be insulted by that because it feels like the energy that I'm seeing in you that's so lovely is something that some of you are quite self-conscious about. There is such a lovingness to you, a lovingness. You're like introverted extroverts or extroverted you're introverted extroverts. Yes. Whereas when you are comfortable, when you feel safe, you are so extroverted and you're so in your element and you're so bright and vibrant and lovely. But off the bat, you can be quite shy and quite timid, and that's endearing. It feels like, okay, so I feel like the last sound like a Daft Punk song. I feel like the last 6 to 12 months have been very transformative for you. Very, very, very transformative. And with transformation, we talked about this a little bit in the last group. With transformation, that isn't always comfortable. Especially if it's transformation we don't see coming, or transformation we don't want to deal with, or transformation we don't want to go through, or any combination of the above. And it feels like there's been a lot of, it feels like in the last 2 years, things have not stopped fucking changing for you. And a lot of it has been wonderful, but it's kind of like, okay, I didn't even really get a chance to settle into the wonderful before the transformations continued, and some of them have gotten a little bit intense and some of them have gotten a little bit uncomfortable. And it feels like, feels like you've had a really hard time, my loves, finding the true and authentic place that exists just for you, because you know that place exists. You know that place exists that's meant for you, and you keep thinking you found it, but then you're like, well, no, this can't be it, because if this was fully meant for me, it wouldn't feel like this. And that's not to say you're not happy, because in a lot of ways you are very happy. I'm sorry for my throat, my loves. She's running away on me. A lot of ways you are happy and you feel very fortunate, extremely fortunate and extremely grateful, and that's beautiful energy to have, my loves. But at the same time, it's a little bit daunting to think that, like, okay, I don't know when I'm going to stop searching. And your intuition is very strong, my loves. Your intuition is much stronger than you're aware of. I don't feel as though you have a full understanding of intuition and of, the more esoteric things that, correlate to intuition. And intuition doesn't always have to correlate specifically with the esoteric. Like, you don't need to be, Stevie Nicks to have a good sense of intuition. You know what I mean, my babies? Some of you could have really enjoyed watching American Horror Story or really like Ryan Murphy. Ryan Murphy. That's his name, right? Yes. Yeah. I'll say yeah. Or be really into musicals, I'm hearing. But not Glee. And it feels like you have a wonderful sense of intuition, but okay, so I feel like you haven't been able to tap fully into your intuition, my darlings, because it feels like the people who have been around you have not allowed you the space and reassurance to fully tap into your intuition. And that's something that's very hard to find within yourself. And it's imperative to find it within yourself, my darlings, but it's difficult. It's difficult to, without support and reassurance around you, be able to tap into your intuition. But it does feel as though in the last 3 months to 6 months, you've been unconsciously tapping into your intuition very strongly, my loves. And it feels like you're really in your Emperor and Empress energy, my darlings. So you're working your ass off. Abso-fucking-lutely, you're working your ass off. You're building an empire, my babies. The way you envision how you create things is fucking astounding. And you're very creative, my babies. You are very creative. You are building something that's going to fucking shift the timeline in terms of what you do for a living. In the field of what you do, you're going to make, like, it's not even a ripple effect. Like, it's dropping a fucking asteroid into the ocean. Like, it's like, and that's what it feels like. And it feels like that's something that affects the field that you're in permanently. It does feel, and I know you know this, my darlings, but I'm going to tell you anyway because I'm being called to tell you. It does feel as though the field that you're in now, what you do now, is not permanent. And that, to me, that feels exciting because I can see the other side of it. Whereas to you, you want to be excited by it, but it feels a little bit daunting. And I feel as though over the course of the next year, my darlings, the big change that's coming to you, there's a lot of big changes coming, but one of the big change that's coming to you is in the form of proof that you don't need to lean on what you're doing currently forever. Because the success that you have in doing what you do now, my darlings, and it does feel as though you're extremely successful. And that success has stemmed from you, my loves. But the success that you have has come from you. And that's hard consistently to credit yourself with for a multitude of reasons, but primarily I feel like it boils down to, one, it feels like you work for a rather successful company, a rather big company that has a far reach, a lot of resources, a lot of help, a lot of assistance. So it's hard to credit yourself with your success fully because it's like, well, if I didn't work for this company, da la 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 la. And on the other hand, it feels like, okay, so it definitely feels as though you do something with a lot of attention on you. Sorry, I live close to an airport. And airplane in the background. Ooh, some of you could have just recently traveled somewhere on a plane and had a really nice time. Others of you could be about to travel. It feels like you really, really like traveling. Traveling is going to be a permanent aspect of your life, by the way, my darlings. Something you do very consistently. Luxury travel as well, I'm hearing. You also have a very big interest in, like, you have a very keen interest in planes or trains. I'm hearing boats as well, but I'm primarily seeing planes and trains. It feels like one, like you're either interested in planes or trains, like you're able to I feel like you could even identify, if it was clear enough, I don't know if it was, the type of plane that just flew by my house based on the sound. Like, you guys fucking smart as shit, my babies. Oh my goodness gracious. But on the other hand, it feels like, yeah, so there's a lot of attention on you, and it feels like the attention that's on you is... I can feel you telling me, you don't need to say it. I do though, baby, right? I do. It is... ... And so it feels you have a very... Okay. All that aside, the attention that's on you, like, they praise you a lot. They praise you a lot, but you're giving me very strong earth and air, my babies. Earth, air, fixed sign. So Earth, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, air, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Fixed is Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. And so compliments are nice. But especially if you're an earth sign, or an air sign, compliments are nice, but it's like, do you mean it? Like, do you mean it, or are you just saying this because, it's me you're saying it to? And that can really aggravate you, because you're such an authentic, genuine person that if people... Like, you don't want people to just... compliments are nice, yeah, but you don't want people to compliment you just because, they want you to like them, or give them attention or something, because then that compliment means nothing. And it's like, well, are you even like seeing what I've done, or what I've created, or what I've put out into the world? It definitely feels like you're very creative people. Hang on, I need some tea. Oh, no, I thought she came back and then she left me right away. I was about to be like, fire can't kill a dragon. Sure as shit can fuck its throat raw. Okay, so that aside, you're creating something in the next year, my darlings. In the next 8 to 12 months, you're creating something fantastic. Something impactful, something beautiful, something you have put so much attention, effort, work, and pride into. And it's been very daunting, and it's been very stressful. I'm sorry. I can't stop hearing my voice. But it's going to go, it's going to go really well, my babies. I don't need to tell you how well it's going to go. It's going to go really well. It's also going to pave the way for a lot of future projects. Your intuition is top of the pops, my darlings. Top of the pops in the way that you aren't even aware of how strong it's been. But this entire time, my babies, your intuition has been leading you. Not in just the last 2 years, but also your entire life. You've been very intuitive, my darlings, and that intuition has had an ebb and flow in the strength of its in your strength of its awareness. That's just how it goes, my babies. But it feels like in the last 2 years especially, your intuition has grown so strong, and with that, you've been able to trust yourself a lot more. You really want to trust yourself a lot more. That's not always the easiest thing to do, especially because I feel like you've had experiences in the past where people have really kind of downplayed how much you should trust yourself. You should trust yourself, my darlings. You should trust yourself. You are so aware and intelligent and compassionate. You are such a fucking heart-led person, heart-centered, fully through and through, and your heart is gorgeous. It is gorgeous, my babies. So fuck what anybody else says. Follow your heart. Follow your heart always and consistently, my darlings. In a way that you want to, but sometimes you can second guess because it's not what other people expect or want of you, and they can eat a bag of dicks for all I care, because your heart is wonderful, my babies. It is wonderful. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, shit. Oh, my knob got stuck on the drawer. Um, I okay. No. Yes. Oh fuck, Jesus, Mary, Joseph, and the donkey that took them all to Bethlehem. Oh no. Okay, that was for a reason though. Oh, you sly boots. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm just struggling in the background over here. I'm still here. Hello. Hi. Um, hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Okay. So that was done all for the sake of this. Four of Wands, my babies. You're going to be seeing 1111 a lot. You're also going to be seeing 44 and 444. It also feels like for this group and group number 3, 8 is a big number as well. Okay, so yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. We have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Page of Wands. This is exciting, exciting, my babies. And we have the King of Pentacles. Yeah. Oh, yes, my loves. Yeah, work is gonna go really, 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 really well. Bottom of the deck energy is the King of Swords. So that's wonderful because it feels like the King of Pentacles is where you will always exist at heart. This is a gentle, loving, abundant person. This is a person who is nurturing, who is a provider, who is loving and doting, who is certain of themselves, who can welcome abundance in all forms, and is also wonderful about sharing that abundance, who is aware of the needs and wants of everyone around them. But, my darlings, the true nature of the King of Pentacles is also aware of his own needs, and where he requires affection, care, and nurture in the way that he gives out so freely. And then it feels like the King of Swords is really where that's the change, my babies. So you will always be the King of Pentacles at heart, my babies. But it does feel as though in the next 8 to 12 months, you're going to be transitioning in a lot of ways to the King of Swords. And the King of Swords, my loves, is wonderful in all ways. Wonderful in all ways in the same way that the King of Pentacles is, but the King of Swords does not require the approval of others. And that is something that you are very, 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 very much trying to grow out of, my darlings. And you're doing better. You are doing better. The King of Swords will always enforce his boundaries. He will enforce his boundaries and he will enforce the boundaries of others. And you have no problem protecting the boundaries of others, but when it comes to your own boundaries, those are harder to maintain. You don't like conflict, my babies. You do not like conflict, and it feels like with the energy of the King of Pentacles transitioning alongside the energy of the King of Swords, you will no longer be afraid of conflict, my loves. You will no longer put yourself in uncomfortable situations at the benefit of avoiding conflict, because that's not a benefit, because you're still putting yourself in compromising positions. You're still sacrificing yourself in the grand scheme of things to avoid conflict. And that avoidance of conflict does not come from your best interest, my darlings. That comes from wanting to not have others around you experience that conflict. And that's not fair to you, my babies. And you are entering a place where fairness is primary. The King of Swords is very fair. Very, very fair. And that is really going to balance. You will always lead from your heart, my babies. You will never lose that, and you shouldn't, because your heart is such a beautiful thing. The world is a better place because you and your heart exist in it. And I mean that wholeheartedly and fully, my loves. You are fucking lovely. But the King of Swords is also able to see things from a less vulnerable point of view. And the King of Swords is also very, very good at not confronting conflict, but also not running away from it. And I feel like that's going to bring you a lot of peace, my darlings, because I feel like conflict has kind of had a way, especially in the last 6 to 8 months, of following you. in a way that's very, very daunting, very frightening, in a way that it's caused a lot of anxiety in you to sort of have to be aware of it at all times, aware of the possibility of where it could come from and where it exists. And that's not what you're meant to be feeling, my darlings. That is not what you're meant to be worried with, because there's so much wonderful stuff happening alongside that this other stuff isn't meant to overshadow that for you, my babies, because you've worked for this. You've worked for all of these wonderful things that you have, and you're building something really sure and really stable in a really beautiful way. And it's really, really exciting. So you will be able to find it within you to not run in fear from those conflicts, because as you know, my babies, I don't need to tell you, but as you know, when you, am I taking all of these? Yes? No. When you run from conflict, it doesn't get dealt with. And there is a very, yeah, my babies. Yeah, my babies. You know what's going on. There's a very lovely, watchful, and yeah, beautiful confirmation. A very lovely, watchful energy looking out for you, my babies. Very lovely, watchful energy. Bottom of the deck is peace. This is what the person feels like. It feels like there is a grandmotherly energy as well watching over you spiritually, but the person watching over you, my darlings, feels like somebody you're going to meet in the physical. And it feels like you have really been feeling this space that they have always existed in your heart, because it does feel as though with the bottom of the deck energy, the two swans, it feels like a soulmate connection. And so here, you know, you have so much right now, my babies, and you're grateful for it, and that's fantastic. It feels as though there was a period of time where money, especially in your like young adulthood into like more adulthood, money was, you know, a stressful thing, big source of stress. You know, bills overdue and things getting cut off, and borrowing from here to pay here, and scrambling this together to do that, and a lot of really hard work and a lot of jobs that you didn't really like super love. And what's wonderful now is you're doing something that does at its core bring you a lot of happiness and allow you to utilize your creativity. And the exciting thing is that you know that what you're doing right now is paving the way for you to be able to do what you really want to do. And I'm hearing for you to be more certain in yourself, my darlings. And I know that's easy for me to say, but to be more certain, it feels like you're wonderful at manifesting, my loves. You have true magician energy. You are wonderful at manifesting. You will always provide yourself with the tools you need to manifest. I'm feeling a lot of warmth at like the base of my spine, so root chakra stuff, as well as sacral chakra. Yeah. And so when you want something, it feels like when you talk about your dreams per se, and I know that this is because of, you know, outer influence in you, where it's like people have kind of been like, well, that's, you know, that would be a nice hobby, but like, what's your real job going to be? You heard that a lot when you were younger, I feel. And it feels like you haven't really fully found your people yet. You found versions of your people. You found wonderful people who love you very much, my darlings, and people who you love, but nobody who fully encompasses or fully understands all of the different aspects of who you are, because there are a lot of facets to who you are, my loves. It feels like, you know, you have friends who are more you know, focused on like their professional life, and so they don't understand fully the more creative aspects of you. Or you have people who understand the more creative aspects of you, but they don't understand, you know, all the ebbs and flows that come with being like a functioning adult in its fullness. And so it's hard for you to talk about your dreams and to have people fully understand and support you, and have you then have the ability to be like, yeah, and I can make it happen. I'm going to make it happen. It's going to happen for me. So you kind of like retract a little bit. Also, I feel like your posture is really bad. I feel like, okay, so this is like your back, and it feels like you're very, you're very kind of slouched. It's like you're protecting your heart a lot, my babies. Like your shoulders kind of like go like down and in to like protect your heart. You're very guarded over your heart, my loves. Because things that are vulnerable are worth protecting. And but things that are vulnerable are usually vulnerable because they're worthy of cherishing. And I feel like you're being called to allow the right person to cherish that heart, my loves. Daunting, perhaps, but also wonderful. And it feels like through your creativity, there's a bright, beautiful, sunshiny person coming forward, my loves. Somebody who, oh, this is nice. Somebody wonderful. Somebody who brings you so much joy. Somebody who you want so close to you in all ways, but who is so light and bright and wonderful that like you couldn't possibly feel the need to anchor them anywhere. And so it's beautiful because it's really like, you know, set them free, and if they come back, they're meant for you. And that's what it feels like. And it's like you don't have to let them go, but instead you don't have to cling on to them so tightly because they choose to be with you, my loves. They choose to be by your side. And that's another big change that I do feel is coming in the next 4 to 8 weeks or months. Some of you, as soon as 2 weeks, you will be connected to this person. You learn a lot through this person. You learn a lot, and you're always very excited to learn. So it's really, really, really fun to be able to, what is this? To be able to learn from this person because they have so much to teach you. They are so almost otherworldly. They're so unlike anybody that you've met before. And it feels like writing is a really big focus in this connection. We have luck is on your side, new moon in Sagittarius, adjustments are required, prosperity lies ahead. Yeah, my babies. And the end of a tough cycle approaches. Yeah. So it feels like a lot of you could be you're definitely very creative. You're definitely very creative. What you do for a living is very creative based, and what you want to do in the long term is create. Creating is where your happiness lies. You have very vivid imaginations. You're very passionate people. But what's cool is you also see the world in a wonderfully unique way, in a way that should never have been silenced, my loves. And I feel as though, unfortunately, in a lot of ways it was. You have worthy stories to tell, my babies. And that's not solely through the written word. I'm seeing a lot of visual displays of the stories you have to tell, things that are very, very heavily fleshed out. So writing, film, photography, music, art, sculpture. Some of you could be very interested in like designing like clothes for like photo shoots or something that like tell a story, or designing clothes that are like very, very unique. But you have a story to tell, and that story is worthy of being heard, my darlings. And it feels like the connection that you are finding alongside a lot of very positive changes in abundance for you, which is gobsmacking because, as I said, you're already extremely abundant and extremely grateful for the abundance that you have. You get to learn from somebody, and you get to work alongside somebody. It doesn't feel as though it's a solely working relationship. It feels as though like this is a soulmate through and through, my babies. So for some of you, this is a romantic partner. For some of you, this is a best friend. For some of you, this is both combined, which is beautiful. And it's wonderful because this is a person who sees you. And this is a person who reassures you consistently that you are worthy of being seen, that your ideas are worthy of being heard. But this is a person who is also, as you are, my loves, so fully truthful and authentic that they're not you know, they're not telling you what you want to hear, which is something that absolutely aggravates you, because at your core, you're very, 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 very honest and genuine, but you're also, you're intuitive. And so when people aren't authentic with you, sometimes you can't pinpoint exactly what about them feels off, but you know there's something. And so like it's like you don't even, you know, process or hear what they're saying, because it's like there's something about what you're saying or the way that you're saying it that's just not feeling right to me. So you're bringing in a really wonderful, really supportive, really, really thorough connection, and so much abundance, a lot of travel in the upcoming year as well, my darlings. We have the ruby-throated hummingbird. Take courage and the world will reward you with bounty. Oh, that's nice, my babies. Peregrine falcon. Seize the moment in life and love, or lose it forever. Painted stork. Parenthood and caring and family brings much joy. Oh, babies, come on now, babies. Lovebirds. Passionate declarations can lead to love. And hanging parrot. Gain knowledge by surrendering to the universal flow. Okay, so that's really fucking lovely. That is really, really, really lovely. Confirmation that, yeah, for a lot of you, this is, I feel as though you like to take things slow now. You haven't always. But you realize, you know, that time moves differently for you than it does for others, my darlings. And, you know, there's not always such a need for a rush. But that is to say, my darlings, that to be patient and to be accepting and understanding of the flow of time is not the same as, you know, losing out on an opportunity through hesitation. And it feels like, you know, sometimes it can be intimidating for you to act on things, especially when it comes to connections, especially when it comes to romantic connections, my darlings. And it feels as though you've been single for a long time. This person could also be your first romantic relationship, or even if you've been in a romantic relationship before, they could feel like your first real romantic relationship, because you've never been, oh my babies, come on now, you've never been with somebody remotely like them before. This person is warm and loving and gentle and affectionate and funny and intelligent and passionate and weird in all of the wonderful ways that you love to learn about. And, you know, they're nerdy, but I feel like both of you are nerdy, and they're creative and they're passionate and they're honest and they're fierce in a really, really beautiful way. A way that you really admire. You have a lot of really deep respect for this person. Yeah, my babies. Yeah. This person, yeah. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh, this is so good. This person is pulling you in for a reason, my babies. And so trust your instinct. Trust your instinct with this person, my loves, because, you know, it's going to be so clear. It's going to be so clear to you that I am dropping everything today. It's going to be so clear to you that you feel drawn to this person. And that's enough. That's enough, my darlings. It doesn't warrant the need for overthinking. It doesn't warrant the need for, you know, a deep-seated explanation as to why. Because it does feel as though you two are very similar at your cores, but you're also extremely different in ways that are very complementary. You've never met somebody like this before, my loves. I will tell you very strongly. And there are aspects of this that are so exciting to you. And I'm hearing Spirit say you're worthy of a good thing. So don't let an opportunity pass you by, my loves, because, you know, you're worried that there's a slim chance that it's not meant for you, because the fact that you cross paths with this person, and it feels as though that's very serendipitous in and of itself, because although it does feels as though you're both very creative, it feels as though, I'm hearing Aquarius and I'm hearing Gemini, so it definitely feels as though there's an element of social media, or there's an element of online that brings you two together. You do not work together. You do not work together, my loves. And this person just totally fucking pops out of nowhere. And it feels like, you know, you believe in fate at its core, but you're also the type of person to question things. You do question things, my darlings, and it's very easy to question fate, isn't it? Because fate does not come from a place of logic, my loves. Fate is fate. Um, but you're allowed to have a good thing. You're allowed to cross paths with this vivacious, gorgeous, funny, charming, interesting, mysterious, sexy, enthralling, intelligent person, and you're allowed to go for it, my loves. You're allowed to go for it because you're deserving of it. And this person is going to really reassure you that you're deserving of them. You're deserving of the connection that you have. And it, you know, it's something that you really want that comes about in a way that you're not really expecting. But it's okay. It's okay, my babies, because you're both very successful. And you have the ability to travel and see each other. You're going to live with each other quite soon. It also feels as though this space that you have, this is a very fun connection, my babies. This is very fun. You two are really, really fucking cute. A lot of really fun dates. You're both quite nerdy, I will say. You both really like playing video games. You both really like, excuse me, you really like everything, just all sorts of nerdy things, movies, shows. It feels like one of you is more focused on books and one of you is more focused on visual media. So you introduce each other to a lot of things that the other like really, really, really loves. It's very fucking cool. And you know, it's not the easiest because you two are so drawn into each other that you do want to be together all the time, of course, but you make a lot of wonderful space for each other. I will also say that it's okay because for the time being, you know, there is so much, as we saw at the beginning, of the reading, there is so much happening with your work that, you know, and you wouldn't want that, my darlings. Not that you wouldn't want them, you very much want them, but you wouldn't want the distraction from things that you've been working so hard for. This person as well feels as though they've been working on their business very, very hard, working on what they do very, very hard, my darling. So, and it's wonderful because you two are building fucking empires. Empress and Emperor energy for sure, my babies. You are building empires that will sustain you both for a lifetime, that you both are so driven and passionate about. This person feels younger than you, but I feel like you feel as though they're either older or more mature than you, because you don't credit yourself with how mature you are, my loves. You feel like you're quite immature, but in actuality, you're more mature than you give yourselves credit for, my darlings. You're just fun. You have a beautiful connection with your inner child, my loves, and that's a wonderful thing. Don't let anybody tell you any different. I feel like especially in romantic relationships, people have made you feel differently. People have made you feel as though, you know, the connection you have with your inner child is wrong or is inappropriate or not worthy, and they can fuck right off because it's beautiful. It is beautiful. There are people who go their lifetime striving to have the connection with their inner child that you have, my loves. It definitely feels okay. So one of you is from North America. I'm feeling that very, 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 very strongly. I also feel like, yeah, there's water between you. I'm hearing a sea specifically, but there's water between you. You do have to travel to see each other initially. This person has their energy pulls you in, my loves, really, really strongly. And it feels like that's not something you've ever really experienced in another person. You're really excited to get to know this person, my loves. You're really, really, really excited. So you don't have to hold back, my babies. You don't have to hold back. You don't have to, yeah, you need to work on your posture, my loves. Even going to get like massages Because it feels like, yeah, I feel like you're also, this person gives really good massages. You're also going to notice that through talking to this person and getting to know them better, I feel like your posture starts to get better. And I feel like you notice that, and like your back starts to hurt because you're sitting like straighter as opposed to slouching more, because you no longer have to be so guarded and protective over your heart, my loves, because now you're connecting with somebody who wants to see your heart, but is also a wonderful caretaker of your heart. I feel like you really love this person's voice. You really, really love this person's voice. You both also speak a lot for a living, definitely with the microphone here. A lot of passion for music as well. You guys, at the time you're seeing this, connect to each other spiritually through music. Sacral chakra, yeah, there's definitely a lot of very passionate energy here, my babies. I feel like some of you have been in the 2 weeks before you connect with this person, you're going to be waking up, like you're going to be dead asleep, and you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to be feeling a type of way, you know, my babies. And you're going to need to do something about it, you know what I'm saying? And it feels like you two are connecting a lot in that way as well, because that's a big aspect of your relationship. You love this person's butt. Sun and moon energy, that is the perfect relationship. I love getting that card. Sun and moon energy for sure, my babies. Yeah, this person is introverted in a way that surprises you. Because, yeah, it's funny because they don't seem outwardly introverted. They talk for a living. They're very good at talking. They're very good at connecting with people. But when you pay attention, you notice that their connections with people are very, whatever the fucking polar opposite of superficial is, that is what their connections with people are. Very authentic, I should say, authentic. Very deep, very heart-centered. These people bring a lot of love and a lot of light where they go. They make people feel very loved. And you know, you're the sun. You make people excited and you make people laugh, and people are pulled into you and drawn to you, and you're bright and vivacious in a lot of ways. And you two just complement each other so well. Yeah, very psychic connection here, my babies. Very, very psychic connection. Okay, so you can be very honest with this person, my loves, and I know that you know that because this person is very honest with you, and that is exciting, but it's also a little bit intimidating because you can be fully and authentically honest with this person. You do not have to think through what you're going to say before you say it with this person, and that is something that I don't feel you have with a lot of people. You also love this person's butt. This person has a really nice butt. You have a cute butt too. Don't let anybody tell you different. You have a cute butt. This person loves your butt. But also I'm hearing, okay, I want to pull, yeah, because I'm hearing, that you don't need to strive for perfection, my loves, in any regard, but especially with this person. You know, you don't need to hold back from this person because you're afraid that, you know, you aren't completely perfect. Because what the fuck does that even mean? What does perfection even mean? You're perfect to this person in the way that you exist. So we have, I am grateful for all that surrounds me. I am desired. I have all I need. I am pure love. My body is beautiful. Everything I'm involved in is worth it, and my body can please. And bottom of the deck is I am exactly where I'm meant to be. So that tells me that you don't need to do anything specific to connect with this person other than opening the door for them, my loves, because they're literally going to pop out of nowhere. They're just going to appear. And much in the way that you have taken on the opportunities that have brought you so much abundance and will continue to do so, this person is a change, is an opportunity. So don't resist it just because it's everything that you've ever wanted. And they're not too good to be true. I'm hearing that very clearly. But also, yes, you don't need to look a certain way to meet this person, my loves. You don't need to be a certain way to meet this person. Exactly as you exist is exactly as you're meant to when you meet this person, and vice versa. And this person is so soul connected to you, my love, so tapped into you that they don't want you to feel you have to be anything other than exactly who and what you are, to connect with them. Don't hold back from them. Don't hide back from them, because they're going to feel that intuitively. And I feel like, that's going to be confusing for them. It's going to be like, well, why are you holding back? Like, what did I do something, to make you want to hold back? And you're like, no, no, no. I just, I want to, bulk up, or I want to do this, or I want to, have this. And they're like, well, that doesn't matter to me. And it doesn't, because they love you wholly as you are, my loves. And it's not to say that if you want something for yourself, you shouldn't have it. If you want, your body to be a certain way or look a certain way, or you want, your hair to look a certain way, or you want to wear this kind of clothes, like whatever you feel drawn to for you, that's wonderful, my loves. But to this person, in truth, as you are is perfection to them. So you do not have to hold back any part of yourself because you're worried that it's unworthy of this person, because that is not the truth, my darlings. That is not the truth. And it's going to be exciting, but also a little bit daunting how comfortable this person is in themselves, because it does feel, I don't feel like you have a type specifically, but it does feel as though this person is outside of all of the possible types that you've kind of, thought about and fantasized before, but in a really, really good, really exciting way. I want to pull some letters, my darlings, and see what we've got going on there. I really like this connection. Yeah, this person is definitely going to have a really clear kind of opening for you to take, my loves, because like I felt them in this card. I felt them in this energy, because you want to protect this person with every fiber of your being, my loves. This is a person who, which is funny because this person doesn't need protecting, and you know that, and that's very attractive to you, but you're like, I want to protect them, I want to take care of them, I want to love them. And that's beautiful. That's a beautiful energy to want to give that to somebody. And they're so gentle and so lovely and so soft and sweet. And I saw it and I was like, let's see, because there's definitely a lot going on for work as well. A lot of changes in work, really positive changes, really exciting changes, but like, let's see. And they just instantly, 4 of Wands, the lovebirds, the peregrine falcon. They were like, no, baby, I'm here. See me, witness me. And that is what their energy feels like. This person is so confident and comfortable in the space that they exist in. Not arrogant, not mean, not overbearing, but beautifully, beautifully comfortable within themselves. And that's wonderful because they're so unique. And you're so unique as well, my loves. And it's really nice that you're connecting with somebody who embraces uniqueness in a way that, some of the people, all of the people currently around you don't. There's a lot of expectation constantly by the people around you, in regards to you. And you're like, can I not just exist? And I feel like that's a big change that's coming as well, is there's a lot of pride around you. There's a lot, what did my window just do? There's a lot of, I don't know, pride, because you're successful. You're hugely successful, making a lot of money, doing a lot of cool things, but somebody's moving my pants, which was weird. That was weird. Not like the top, but like the leg of my pants. And a lot of passion in this connection, I will say, because I just saw somebody like yank, and but it, it's hard to. Who are you? What are you? Oh, wick from a candle. It's hard for you to, feel as though you're without judgment consistently. And this person, you and them, you're a duo, my babies. You are a duo, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful because this person sees you authentically, is honest and genuine with you, will always give you their true opinion, not just what you want to hear, and that's very valuable to you, my loves. But is also so non-judgmental. And yeah, this is a really, really, really nice connection. You two have a really beautifully abundant life together. Definitely 99% of you, I see a romantic connection, but every connection with this person stems from soulmates, but also best friends. Like, it's beautiful, my loves. It's beautiful. I feel like some of you could have just recently downloaded TikTok or have just recently gotten into like YouTube shorts, because I'm hearing reel or Instagram reels. Definitely some very, very sweet, very endearing nerdiness to this group, because I'm hearing rogue, like X-Men, so video games, superhero movies, comic books. One of you or both of you could also have a rogue, Nissan Rogue. I'm hearing licorice as well. Do we? Oh, we don't have licorice. Liquor. Oh, okay. So licorice, but also, you guys like, you like sweets, but you like your sweet sour, primarily, or very, very chewy. Very, 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 very chewy. But also licorice, but also, liquor. Yeah, so one of you could be very interested in drinking, going out to drink, having a nice social time drinking. I'm also seeing whiskey, and I'm seeing red wine specifically. Okay, and I'm also hearing the beer, because the beer. I'm hearing the beer. The Quebecois. Because they're pourquoi? Je ne sais pas. But I had a friend who used to always, whenever he would own, what the fuck is going on? Whenever he would open, any can, but primarily beer, because, you know, that is what he primarily drank. He would do the, you know, and that's what I heard. Okay. Corn. Okay, I know. Why is my hand shaking so bad? Corn. So that's, I'm hearing the corn song, you know, Big Lump with Knobs. It's corn. So I feel like you are very funny. You're very, very into the internet memes. Reference them a lot, have a very good memory for them, but I also feel like this connection is very funny. Very funny, very similar senses of humor. I know this isn't Patreon, but if somebody in this connection has some King of Wands energy about them, it's impressive. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know it's coming through, so I gotta say it. But also, you're definitely coming into very much like the King of Pentacles and the King of Swords, my babies. Those are some boss babies, and regardless of gender, you know, we don't look at that, but those are some boss babies. I'm also seeing that King, and so it really feels like you're coming into your power. That's a big change that's coming for you as well, my darlings, and it's primarily coming from you. But what's interesting is, well, it's coming from you, it's drawing this person in, and this person by your side is encouraging that energy for you fully, my loves. It's really fucking exciting. 22s, 11s. This is all, is this okay? There's 1 3. No, there's 2 3s. Oh god. GG, 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 GG. GG means something. Oh, 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 GG is good game. Yes? Yes. Tell me I'm right. That's what I'm hearing it as. That's what, you could watch a lot of, gaming, streamers. You could be gaming streamers as well. Good game. You could also be, at the time that you meet this person, you could be in a tournament or a league. Is that something? is my YouTube algorithm is humiliating. It is Elden Ring lore and drum covers of songs. So in combination of those two, it is then heavy metal covers of the Elden Ring OST, the Elden Ring soundtrack. That's all. That's all that's in my YouTube algorithm. Which is humiliating. I had a friend come over the other day, and on my TV it has, like, the YouTube and Netflix and shit. And they opened it and they're like, "What is this?" And I'm like, "It's YouTube. What do you mean?" And they're like, "No, what the fuck have you been watching?" And I'm like, "Well, I don't have a lot of free time, so I I like to fall asleep to Elden Ring lore." But I also like to listen to drum covers of songs because for a long time I was a musician and I like music, and so it combined. And they judged me so bad. I ended up telling them, they were talking about Mr. Beast, and I ended up telling them, I was like, "I've heard of him. I've never seen a Mr. Beast video." And I've never felt so viscerally judged by a person in my life. And I'm a psychic. So, I mean, people judge me pretty hard, but I'm just saying. I've never felt in that moment. I never felt as judged as I had in that moment. So good gaming streamers. Some of you could also be interested in Mr. Beast because that whole tangent just came out. Also music, also Elden Ring. Excuse me. BC. Okay, BC. British Columbia. One of you could be from Canada. One of you could be from England as well. Or be British living in Canada, or Canadian living in Britain. Ralph. I'm also hearing SpongeBob very clearly. Yeah. A lot of references to SpongeBob. I feel like a lot of the memes you exchange are SpongeBob focused, which is, I mean, that's fantastic. Is there anything else? Oh, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 2. Hello, my loves. I hope that you enjoyed that. That's really exciting, really warm, very heart-centered. You're going to be feeling your emotions getting a lot lighter within about 2 weeks of meeting this person, my loves, a week or 2. And it's going to be really, really, really exciting. Your heart is really going to leave you to this person. Ugh. Sorry. In a really beautiful way. But I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to let me know. What is my cloth doing today? To let me know. I love to hear from you guys. I love to talk to you. If the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, which has the extended 18+ readings, as well as exclusive readings and monthly forecasts, my Instagram, my Etsy store, what the fuck else do I do? My email for more information on private readings, and so on and so forth, are down in the description box below. I'm really, really happy for you, my loves. This is a lot of it's all very positive change, my darlings. Very positive and very exciting. And I know that you feel it, my loves, and you deserve it. You're fantastic. And I love you very, very much. Thank you for being here with me. Bye. I'm rolling. Hello, my loves. Group number 3, you beautiful darlings. If you picked this card, Frog Luck, I thought that was another frog, and I thought things were getting crazy. That is a skull. Skull fucked. Sorry. Sorry. Nope. Oh, there's so... Oh, that just felt like confirmation for Spirit to be like, "Girl, come on. Pull yourself together. Pull yourself together even once." And me being like, if I knew how, but I don't. That is a froggy. It's a froggy and a skull. The frog is not fornicating with the skull. It is also not fornicating with another frog. How are you? Hi. Okay. So we have Justice. Oh, babies. And we have passion. Oh, babies. Okay. Okay. All right. So maybe something is happening over here, my loves. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Okay, so this group felt, I just did group number 2, and it felt primarily like 2 and 3 for a lot of people were going to be connected because one of the cards we pulled had good luck, and this had luck. So it does still feel very strongly as though that's the case. It does feel as though in the last 3 months, yeah. 3 months, you've been dealing with something pertaining to a very, 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 for a lot of you, it feels like a legal matter. It feels like a very inconvenient, incredibly stressful, very anxiety-inducing matter as well. It feels like something you really don't want to deal with, but you have to deal with to bring balance and harmony, to regain that. And I know it sucks. I know it sucks, my babies. I do know it sucks, but you're getting through it. And balance is coming back because it feels as though you're so adamant on existing in a place of balance. A lot of Venus energy here, my love. So Taurus and Libra specifically, but also with the need for balance, Virgo, Capricorn, Gemini, and Aquarius as well. And passion. Okay, so a lot of creative inspiration, my loves. A lot of creative inspiration is coming towards you. It feels like it has been already, which is nice because it feels like that kind of ebbs and flows, and when it stops for you, it's brutal. But it feels as though it's been flowing quite abundantly and quite naturally. I can't remember if this came out in group number 2, but it feels as though spring in the northern hemisphere is a very significant time for you. So March, April, May, June. Yes. I know. What do I want? I want this. Maybe. We'll see. It feels like, okay, you've been having some very vivid dreams as well, my loves. Very, very vivid dreams, especially around the full moons. I know that some of you aren't really, oh, that's nice. Oh, that's good, baby. Some of you aren't really fully aware of the phases of the moon. But I feel like if you got like an app or something to tell you what was going on with the moon, you would notice that around full moons, your dreams get wily because you are very deeply intuitive. We have the Ace of Swords, we have the Ace of Wands. This is really fucking exciting. Oh, that's nice. Oh, this is good, babies. Okay, so why is... Okay, I want this, but then I also want to fix you too. Okay, because you were supposed to come out, my baby. There you go, there you go, there you go. There's your hottie toddy coming in, my loves. How exciting, how exciting. Yeah, so it definitely felt like with the connection, I actually initially thought that group 2 was going to be focused on work, and the success in work and abundance in work, and group 3 was going to be focused on the romantic connection. But it feels as though this connection is so strong and so intense that it is pushing through 2 groups, which is, it's fantastic. That is very, 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 very exciting. A very passionate connection. It also feels like 1s, 1, 1, 1, 11, 11, and 2, 2, 2, 2s are big numbers for you, my darlings. It feels as though sleep has been something you've been working on lately. It feels like sleep is something you really, really, really struggle with. I feel like you feel that sleep is not as much, you're learning differently, but for a long time you did feel as though sleep was not as much of a necessity as it actually is. You're like, there's so much I could be doing rather than sleeping. And that is true. That is true. You could be doing that, but then you're not sleeping, and that's not good, baby, right? So you are working on that. You're getting a lot more rest, or trying to get a lot more rest. You're going to bed at a better time. It does feel as though there's kind of like an adjustment period you're in now, where like you're going to bed at a reasonable time, but then because you're used to sleeping such fucked up hours, you're waking up at like 2 in the morning and you're like, well, what do I do now? I'm wide awake. And then trying to get back to sleep, or waking up, and then I feel like you do some stuff for a few hours in the middle of the night and then go back to sleep and then wake up. So it's a work in process, but it's a work in progress. Work in process. That's a statement. And it feels like you are working on it. You're working on it. You're focusing on being more self-aware, my darlings, focusing on how your choices and actions are impacting you, which is very exciting. And it does feel as though you are so fucking deserving of wholehearted and complete happiness, my loves. And it does feel as though that's something that you really want. But it is something that, you know, has kind of been a struggle, and you're working towards it, my loves. Feel like you're talking to counselors, you're getting some good help, some good medication, some good, you know, techniques to kind of cope with your anxiety. I'm sorry for how loud my wrist just cracked. That shattered the sound barrier, for me at least. And it feels like the next year is going to be, some of you could be very into Star Wars, because I know this isn't that fellow, but it's reminding me of that fellow, and you know. I'm also hearing one of my very, very dearest friends, very, 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 very much loved friend of mine, is no longer in the physical. He's with me in spirit, and he was a huge, huge nerd, and I loved it. So endearing, because samesies. His favorite holiday was May the 4th. And if I need to explain why that is, then that's not for you. I don't think I do. So that came through with that. I don't know. I wanted to say, yeah. Okay, so no, I was gonna give a smack at the character, but he was like, no, and I was like, I don't know any other names, so I know Han Solo, I know Anakin. I'm gonna make a lot of people angry, so I'm not gonna go any further than that. I don't know, but yeah. So it feels like you're very into Star Wars. I'm sorry, okay? Listen. If I ever met somebody who was very into the movies, I would let them show me the movies. I'm just saying. Passions is passions. It's neither here nor there. What are we talking about? Okay, so, but it definitely feels like the next year is huge for you, my babies, and it's huge in an emotional way. There's going to be, you're no longer going to be bogged down or overwhelmed with your emotions, because you're a deeply sensitive person, my loves, in a beautiful way. Beautifully sensitive, and I feel as though there are people who have taken advantage of how beautifully sensitive you are, and who have taken advantage of how soft you are. And I don't mean that to be an insult, because it's not an insult, my darlings. You do not have to be anything other than you are authentically. You don't need to perform. You don't need to drastically change who you are at your core to fit into some sort of narrative or some sort of perception. No, as you are is wonderful, my loves. Do you know the strength it takes in someone's heart to remain gentle, and to remain soft, and to remain loving despite all things? That is what we need, my loves. That is what this world needs, and that is what you are. But you will be able to regain those emotions and call those emotions back to you. They won't be so readily available or readily affected by others in the way that they have been, my darlings. Definitely a very big new start coming, my loves. Definitely feels like spring, and a lot of family fulfillment. I feel like some things in your direct circle of very close friends, or in your family, have been a little bit rocky, especially at the start of the year that you're watching this. January, February, and March. Specifically, this is the time that's reading, but those months of the year you're watching this, or you could be going through it now, have been very rocky, very difficult, very stressful, very, I want to kind of run and hide from this, but I can't. I have to take it on. I have to confront it because there's no other way to get through it than by going through it. I'm hearing the Going on a Bear Hunt song. Can't get over it. Can't go under it. Gotta go through it. I'm also hearing... What am I doing? I'm also hearing... What am I hearing? What are you saying? Fireman Frank. Fireman Fred or Frank and what? Sam. Postman Sam. Who are these essential workers? Fireman. Postman Sam. Postman. Okay, so I don't know who these people are. I have no idea who these people are, but Postman tells me that is either UK, that is either Ireland, that is South Africa, that is Australia, that is New Zealand. Postman, because if it was North America, it'd be postman or postal worker. Postman. Yeah. Okay, so the way that I'm hearing it, yeah. Postman Sam. I have no idea what that's about. I feel like you're gonna know what that's about. Okay, so you could either be from the places I just narrated, listed off. You could know who the fuck I'm talking about. If you do, please let me know. I have zero fucking clue. Because I mean, like, some of you could be like postal workers or firefighters, but like that doesn't feel like more than like 0.2% of you. 0.02 math. So I feel like it's a characters. Not a clue. We have discovery, intuition and manifestation. That's it. Oh, there they are, baby. There they are. Okay, so again, gender isn't here, my babies. That doesn't exist where we are. But this beautiful person coming in. A lot of money coming in for you this year as well, my darlings. 8 is jumping out at me, so 8 could be a very big number for you. It could be your lucky number. It could be your favorite number. It could be a number you're going to be seeing a lot. March and April, huge for this connection, but also May, I'm hearing. It's going to catch you by total surprise, my loves. Total fucking surprise, which is interesting because, I think it was group number 2 where I talked about somebody being really interested in planes and traveling and like being able to like researching planes and being able to like name them. And it's funny, we got a plane again and the same message just like popped up. Yeah, I also live close to an airport, but I don't usually get that many planes. What day is today? Today must be plane day. I don't know. It's interesting because it feels like at your heart, you've really, 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 really been manifesting this connection, my babies, because work is going really well for you. Money is coming in hot. You have grown a pleasant social circle around you. I feel like a lot of you have moved somewhere, so it feels like there's kind of this, like, I'm seeing like a snake like shedding its skin, and so that's not like, it feels like you had a really good circle, but things change. I feel like people, went off and moved in with partners, or, moved locations, or started families, yada, 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 yada. So you kind of branched off in the way that, adults do. And it does suck to, have people you love and then just have life kind of wedge you apart a little bit. They're still a part of your life to some degree, but you have, you know, made a new little friend group, which is sweet. It's nice, you know, it gets you what you need it to. You get to hang out, you get to get out now and then, and it's lovely and it's nice, and that's wonderful. But at your heart of hearts, you have been manifesting person this person, my loves, and it feels like for about a year you did it very consciously. You did it very, what am I doing? No, I pulled that. What am I pulling? Oh, yes. Like you would like say out loud in your most earnest and honest moments, you're like, I want a loving relationship. I want like I want my partner, not like any partner, because you could have anybody if you wanted anybody. You don't want anybody. Who wants anybody? You want your person. You're not fucking around anymore. I'm hearing fucking about. There's a lot of UK, Ireland, Indian, South African, Australian, New Zealander energy in this reading, because I'm hearing a lot of like things that I wouldn't say. The way I wouldn't say them, I should say. And it feels like, yeah, you're not fucking about. You want the real fucking deal. And it feels like that was something you were kind of like really, really focused on. And then this distraction in regards to a court matter, in regards to family, it could be intertwined. Some of you, your parents could be getting divorced, or you could be dealing with, what am I taking? Thank you. Like wills or something, or estates or something like that. Luck is on your side. Prosperity lies ahead. A new start is coming. That with the Fool, my babies. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. What do you need to release? So luck is on your side. New moon in Sagittarius. New moon in Sagittarius feels as... Sorry, my throat. Sagittarius. New moon in... Tea break. Yum. Doo-dah. Doo-dah. What the fuck was I just saying? Sagittarius, yes. One of you could have a Juno in Sagittarius, which would make a lot of sense, because I feel like this connection has an element of distance. There's a lot of travel in this connection, but I do feel as though to be together, there is an element of travel as well. One of you could be a Taurus. My throat is gone, babies. It sounds worse than it feels, I promise. It sounds like it really hurts. Pain tolerance is absolutely phenomenal. Don't you worry. It feels like... Spirit was like, shut the fuck up. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. But no. Taurus season feels huge for this connection. One of you could be a Taurus. I also feel like, yeah, April and May, very big for this connection. A new start is coming. I feel like the new moon in Taurus specifically, not the new moon in Taurus, could be, but the new moon that happens in Taurus season. One of you is definitely very witchy, very intuitive, very connected to Hecate, I'm hearing, because, yeah, there's so much moon connection. You're very connected to the moon as well, with the full moon in your dreams and the vividness of them. This person as well comes through very clearly in your dreams, my darlings. But a new start is coming, so I feel like you could like find out about them like smack dab right before or just at the start of Taurus season, and then by the new moon in Taurus season, you are talking to them, you're connecting to them. What do you need to release? Okay, what do they need to release? Why did you just leave fucking open-ended questions everywhere? What do they need to release? Give me more. Give me something, please. Thank you. I love you. This is really exciting, though. This is really exciting. You get sweaty very easily. And I feel there is this. They say bottom 3. 1, 2, 3. Win-win outcome is forecast. Your hard work is paying off and your commitment is being tested. Okay. Okay. Yes. So this is a timeless reading, my loves, but at the time that I am filming is April 4th, 2023. We are just about to have the full moon in Libra. We're just about to get into Taurus season, and Taurus season for this year is going to have the 2nd consecutive new moon in Aries. Very fucking exciting energy on the 20th or the 21st? 20th. Yes. So this feels very exciting. That feels like, although this is a timeless reading, it feels like it confirms that this is fucking, like, this is happening right now, my babies. And it feels like all you need to release is any kind of doubt within you, even hidden deep, deep down, that you are less than fully worthy of this person, of your person, my loves, because that is who is coming forward, your person. Because again, if you wanted anybody, you could have anybody. You could hang a little sign around your neck and you could wander out into the abyss and you could say, I'm accepting partners, and like flies to fucking honey. Boom. 9 million people. But you don't want that. You don't want that, my babies, because you've had just anybody before. You don't want that again. No, 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 no. You're worth more than that. You know that, and it's true. I'm very proud of you for that, my loves. You want your person. My sinuses just fucked the house down. So definitely meeting in spring for a lot of you. But also, I feel like one of you or your person could be just getting over like a pretty bad cold or flu when you meet. Sinuses or even like a throat thing. Yeah, and it feels like you dream about this person a lot. You fantasize about this person a lot. You make a beautiful place in your life for this person, because manifestation through fantasy is fantastic, and it's also your primary mode of manifestation, my loves. So when you are daydreaming, you're not just daydreaming, you're manifesting. And I know that sounds, I feel like some of you are like, oh, pff, yeah, okay. But like, oh, pff, yeah. So watch it, baby. Watch it. But like, yeah. So don't get sassy with me now, my love. Come on now. Come on now. Be nice. It feels like you've been making a place for this person. You visualize this person. You think about how it'll feel to be cooking in the kitchen and have them come up and, you know, put their arm around you or kiss the side of your arm. You imagine what it's going to be like to wake up and to not even have like your eyes clear from sleep sand yet, but to just reach over and have them be there. You think about, you know, sitting, I feel like a lot of you work from home in your office, so sitting there and, you know, working away, and then they surprise you by kissing your forehead and bringing you a cup of tea. Like, you make a place for this person, and you are drawing this person in to fill that place through doing that, my loves. So don't overthink it, and don't doubt yourselves, because you are wonderful manifestors. Look at where you've brought yourself, my loves. Look at where you have brought yourselves, where you are. And yes, there are people who have helped you. There are people who have inspired you. There are people who have guided you. There are people who have walked alongside you to get where you are. Of course, my loves. But you have brought those people and those connections in, one, because you're a fantastic fucking person. You have a heart of gold. But also through your own manifestation, through being like, no, I want this, I will achieve this. You fucking Taurus energy, my babies. You go for what you want, and you know what you're worthy of, and you will not settle for less. So don't settle for less in this, but also know that what is coming towards you is not above what you're worthy of. Don't settle for less, but also don't get intimidated by getting everything that you've ever wanted and being like, well, is that really for me? Because yes, that's why it's coming towards you, my loves. Okay, what am I doing? I want to pull this, and then I want to, Am I gonna do the, I don't want to do the shuffle. I'm shy. I'm bad at it. Okay. Okay. I feel like you guys need a laugh. I feel like you need a hug, and I feel like you need a laugh. So come here. Let me give you a hug, and let me make you laugh with my fucking ferret paw fingers. And okay. 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 It 9/10 of the effort is believing in yourself. I believe in myself. I can do this. I believe in myself. I'm believing in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I'm nervous. I'm so nervous. Okay, we're doing, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. You are bringing forward this fantastic, magnificent person who loves you unconditionally and who is everything that you have ever wanted. We're going to get more into them in a second. And because I believe in you so much, I am also going to believe in myself that I can shuffle. Get fucked. Oh, I mean, I'm sorry I said get fucked. It wasn't the cards. It wasn't you. I'm sorry. Oh no. But right? See, it's that easy, my babies. It's that easy. Confidence. It's that easy. I want to do it again. I want to do it again. Right? But that's all you have to... Fucking tiny hands. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. Okay. We're confident. You and I are on this journey together, my loves. You know that the person you are bringing forward is one you are worthy of. You're not even questioning it. I know I can shuffle these cards and that my hands aren't inconveniently tiny. These are both facts. These are facts that both of us know. And we're in this together. So it's just that easy, right? It's just, oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I did it. Oh my God. Ah. Baby, you and me, we're in this together. Okay. Now that we've gotten that lesson out of the way, it feels like... Oh no, my voice. It feels like... Emperor Penguin, small steps lead to profound metamorphosis. Yes, my babies. Cactus Wren, turn enmity to your advantage. A fucking dictionary. Painted Stork, parenthood and caring for family brings much joy. I knew you were coming out. Oh, I'm sorry I hit you. I love you. I'm sorry. I got excited. I'm sorry. I knew it. I knew they were coming out. These two cards came out in the last reading, confirmation that this person is... Oh, my babies. Okay, let's pull a little bit more because this is so exciting. Macaw, think laterally to solve a problem. Roman, tufted goose, take heed to those who give warnings. And Swan, a tranquil spirit comes with accepting inner dichotomy. Okay. Sorry, my throat just left the last bit there. So this person is coming in very, very quickly, very strong. This is a person you can be sure of, my loves. I will also say, though, excuse me, that you do get nervous. You do get nervous around romantic prospects. And I will say this is not just a romantic prospect. This is the person that you have been waiting your entire life for. No pressure. So I'm... and... the pull that you feel to this person, my loves, which is why I feel like we got your commitment is being tested. What do you need to release? Trust your heart, my loves. Trust your heart and follow your heart in the way that it guides you to this person, because it will do that very, 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 very strongly. And yeah, this person, they intimidate you a little bit, my loves, not in a negative way, just in a way that they are vivacious and vibrant and beautiful and lovely and everything. Of course it's going to be intimidating to have everything you've ever wanted, but in some moments we're unsure if you'd ever really have right in front of you. Oh, you guys are lovely. Oh, okay. Person of interest, yeah. Yep. You guys are really embodying feminine and masculine energy. And again, that has nothing to do with gender, because it never does. It's an energy. We all have both feminine and masculine energy within us. But it feels like you are really at the present time in your masculine energy, and this person is very in their feminine energy, which makes a lot of sense because we got the moon earlier, and that really felt like it represented them. For those of you who, one of you has very long hair. Very, very, very long, very beautiful hair. It feels like the person you're connecting to, they look, or at least in energy, feel like they've come out of like some sort of like fairy tale. It could be what they do for a living is very unique. It could be the way that they dress. It could be all of the above. They have a very, very, very natural beauty about them that's very attractive to you. I feel like you're very drawn into like more natural beauty. Like, you know, makeup is hot as fuck and everything, but it feels like there's just like, it feels like I mean, I'm seeing Jane Austen books, and I'm seeing like Pride and Prejudice, and so very like classically beautiful, like very like effortless beauty is very appealing to you because you're a very intuitive person, and it's easy to connect to people more deeply when there's, you know, nothing kind of preventing you from connecting to them that way. I feel like this person, some of them could also really sometimes pull out like a really, really nice, like vampiric red lipstick though. I think that really does it for you too. But anyway, um, but yeah, like a very like classic beauty to them. There's a lot of like very nice luxury between you both as well. What you spend money on for yourselves is very Venus energy, is very lovely. Like you could wear like a very expensive perfume or cologne. Your clothes or like accessories could be very like name brand. And this person takes care of themselves as well, but they do have like a very esoteric nature to them. So if it feels like that stuff like does like they're so fucking attracted to you through and through at a soul deep level, my darlings, but also physically, and there's nothing you have to do differently to attain that attraction, my darlings. I'm hearing that that's very important to tell you. You have to change nothing about yourself to gain this person's attention and attraction. And I feel like that also pertains to something that you need to release, is the, you know, the need to feel that, feeling the need that you need to look a certain way, or you need to fit a certain box, or you need to, you know, present a certain way to be approved of. Because for this person, this soul that loves you at a soul deep level, that doesn't matter, my babies. That doesn't matter, because it doesn't matter at the core of all things, my loves. Everything about you is worthy of loving, and everything about you has 0% to do with physicality, because you're gorgeous. You're absolutely, absolutely fucking gorgeous. Hottie toddies for real, my babies. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. You asked. I'm just telling you. But it feels like, yeah. So it feels like, you know, you appreciate more luxurious things. Venus energy for sure. You could have a Venus sign in your Venus or in your rising as well, or just your sun. And this person knows nothing about any of that. You could offer this person 10 grand to name 3 designer brands. Not a fucking chance. And it feels, yeah, but a very, very, this person is giving me very, very like, very Jane Austen vibes too, like the like characters in their appearance, like very, just very soft, very classical, very natural, very like very unconventionally gorgeous, but also wonderful personality, so strong and confident and sure of themselves, so passionate and creative. They have a very beautiful, beautiful softness to them. They seem quite tall. I feel like you're quite tall as well. If you are not quite tall, they would be taller. If you're quite tall, they would still be quite tall, but shorter than you. A lot of leg in this connection. Legs everywhere. And, it feels like Words are what draw you into this person, I'm hearing. So you could see something that they comment that really pulls you in. You could hear them talk, and that really pulls you in. Something about words. But also we keep getting Jane Austen, so could... But what... So writing... I definitely feel like both of you love reading or writing or both. You could also have recently been like very into Jane Austen books or movies. I feel like you specifically, my darlings, read for a very long time, but it feels like you either haven't had the time or have it just, interests ebb and flow, and it feels like you're either just getting back into reading or you're wanting to get back into reading. You could have even just gone on like a little splurge and bought some books. There's something to do with writing in this, like, that brings you two together, but I'm seeing like a story, not a book, but like a Word document, but it's like a story. I have no idea. Something to do with writing words brings you together. Okay. So you both read something, and maybe like you see their comment on it and you're like, oh my God, I need to fucking run to this person. Or you're both reading the same thing and you find each other that way. I don't know, maybe we'll get more into it. Okay, so it feels like I know I said you get sweaty very easily. I feel like you do, but I also feel like you're always cold. You hate being hot. No. You hate being cold, but I feel like you're always cold. And because my feet are really cold right now. My feet are super cold. My feet never get cold. Your hands get very cold as well, but also very clammy. This person is very, very warm, runs very warm. This is a very fun connection. This person makes you really excited. They make you, like, I feel like when you first... What was that sound? Sounded like the fucking earth opening. When you first connect to this person or meet this person or find out about this person, I feel like you don't notice how much you're smiling until like your cheeks start to hurt. It's really cute. It's really cute. You guys have a lot of fun together, my babies. A lot of fun together. This does start out quite slowly, I will say. I mean, you two are like, as soon as you connect, that's it. That's the be all end all, my babies. You are never separate after that point. But I will say it does feel as though you take your time with that connection. And that could pertain solely to the distance between you both. A long distance connection, things are going to move more slowly than if they lived down the street from you, my loves. It's definitely, okay, so take a second look. It tells me two things. One, I often see mirrors as screens. So it definitely feels as though you or them or both work online, but it definitely feels as though also this is a connection that starts online. I don't see online dating because I never see online dating because that shit is cursed. But but it's just fun. Okay, I'm not going on that tangent right now. That's not what you're here for. Well, another time. But so definitely online, but take a second look. Okay. Your first judgment on a specific something may not be all there is to see. Okay, so I'm not necessarily open-minded, kind of. This person is definitely different than what you expect your connection to be, but different in only strictly hugely positive ways, my love. Like, yeah. You're not a judgmental person. At your core, you're a very open-minded person. And this person is coming towards you, and they are different than you expect. but it's wonderful. The way that they are is wonderful. You're excited about them, so trust in that excitement. And don't worry, don't I feel like something that might like come into your mind is, what would like, other people think of this person? What would, my friends think? What would my, parents think if, especially because this person feels very esoteric. And it feels like a lot of you grew up in like very religious homes. And it's like, what would they think? And you know what they would think, my babies? They would think, thank fuck this wonderful person who we have loved and cherished our entire fucking lives has found somebody who is worthy of them and loves them and cherishes them. And this person is so sure of themselves, my loves, not in an arrogant way, but so sure of themselves and has gotten to a point where they don't need to fear the approval of others. So trust in that confidence they have in themselves and trust that the people that love you will be happy for you because you found a person who is worthy of you fucking finally. So don't get too in your head. Do not get too in your heads, my babies. I feel like you could also be a little bit intimidated by just how infatuated you are with this person. Sun and moon energy, my babies. You or them could have a child as well, like already before the connection. You definitely, for those of you that want it, you definitely have children together. Very strong family energy here with the 10 of Cups earlier. You don't need to hide your heart away from this person, my loves. I feel like you go on a holiday with them very, very soon. I feel, okay, so much is coming through. Ow, my butt. I feel like doesn't elaborate. Take me out to dinner first before you ask what just happened to my butt. Speaking of, it feels like you do go on a vacation quite quickly. After connecting with this person, you both are very financially abundant, but also I feel like you love to share your finances. You love shelling out money because you understand the ebb and flow of the energy of money. And so this is a person who, while independent, will not be offended by how you want to show care and affection through providing for them in certain ways. As long as, you allow it to be reciprocated, you allow them to, treat you nice now and then as well, my darlings, in the way that you treat them so very much. Food is a huge connection factor for this connection as well. You love food. You love talking about food. You guys love cooking food together. You also think this person is sweet as pie. Absolute. I feel like you don't like pie, but sweet as anything. And it feels like they're just, as you see them is as they are, my darlings. It also feels like you could be concerned, that there's some energy around you, that could make this person feel badly. A very jealous energy. This energy feels possessive. They feel like they have some sort of like claim on you. They wrongly feel that. I'll just say that very strongly. And so you're worried that this energy, this possessive energy, is going to somehow negatively impact this person. And that's very sweet of you, my loves. Very sweet of you, very thoughtful of you. You have a darling protective nature. Don't fret too much about it, my loves, because this person doesn't give a shit. This person is able to handle whatever this possessive energy may throw at them in a way that's very hot to you, but you also don't want to have to deal with it. And that's understandable, and it will pass. I'm hearing very clearly that it will pass. I feel like right before you connect with them initially, you go to see a movie. A movie that it feels like I'm hearing movie premiere, or I'm hearing a movie that you've been really excited to see for a very long time. And you go to see this movie, and either the same day or like a day or two after, you connect with this person. It also feels like film is a very, 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 very important aspect of your life. You could have gone to film school. You could want to make films. You could be secretly, but not so secretly, working on a screenplay. I'm seeing, no, not that one. I'm seeing, Glass Onion and Knives Out, specifically. So you could really like that style of movie. I feel like that humor is also right up your alley. I also feel like the director, someone Johnson, Ryan, Ryan. It's Ryan, but it's not spelled like Ryan. But it's spelled like Ryan. Is it Ryan? Ryan Johnson. But it's not Ryan? Something Johnson. Feels like somebody that you admire or look up to or really like the style of or just enjoy very much. In the first place that comes to mind, intuition. So you're definitely bringing this person in very quickly, my loves, by... oh. Well, by fantasizing about them, thinking about them. It's not too good to be true. I keep hearing that again and again and again and again and again. Trust your intuition, my loves. Trust your intuition. You are a very, very, very heart-centered person. You're very deeply thoughtful. Your intuition is guiding you to this person. So if you find yourself drawn to them, you don't need to scurry back. You don't need to hide away. You don't need to, create a challenge where a challenge isn't warranted. Because you can do that sometimes, especially with things that are, offered to you that you feel really, really grateful and fortunate to have. It's almost like, okay, well, this shouldn't just be a matter of me just getting it. I should, have to kind of prove that I'm worthy of it. You don't have to prove you're worthy of this person, because through being with them, through your connection, you're going to prove that regardless, my loves. And it feels like you've already done all of the work to get to this person, my darlings. And that's why this is a big change that's coming, because not just in regards to money, not just in regards to your creativity, taking you sky fucking high, a big project you've been working on. I feel like you could have started... Excuse me. I feel like you could have started around the beginning of the year that you're watching this. That is going to be finalized by the end of this year, and it's going to be huge. More magnificent than you could even possibly imagine, my darlings. And this person is coming in because you're deserving of it. You're worthy of it. And they're for you, so don't overthink it, my loves. Don't overthink it. Don't hesitate, because then you work yourself up into this kind of endless cycle. Just if you feel drawn to it, just go for it. Because what's the worst that could happen? The worst that could happen is everything stays the same. What's the best that could happen? The best that could happen is you connect with your soulmate and you live happily ever after forever. And I feel like taking the risk of things staying the same at the chance, the very strong chance, the certain chance, that the chance is not even a chance, that you connect with somebody who you've been waiting your entire life for, is worth the non-existent risk of things not changing at all. You know what I'm saying, my babies? So yeah, trust your intuition and go for it, my loves. You love this person's body. This person's curvy as hell. This person, sun and moon energy. Yeah, confirmation. Thank you, my babies. I feel like you guys also could be what am I saying? Could be just about to return to a exercise or food regime that you've kind of you haven't forgotten about, you just haven't had the energy or the time to do so. And that's not worth beating yourselves up for, my darlings, because you were prioritizing so much other aspects of your health in order to get through the situation you were going through. But it does feel like right before you meet them, that's something that you're going to want to be restarting. But this person has beautiful eyes. You are very pulled into this person's eyes. Absolute soul connection. Abso-fucking-lutely, with the sun and moon and soul connection. This person has a very lovely body. Body yada yada. I feel like you guys are ass people. I'm not gonna lie to you, my babies. I feel like you're into the booty. Thighs as well. Thick thighs save lives. Isn't that right, my loves? This person has a very, very lovely body, very lovely lower half. Which is interesting because it feels like that's not something that this person has very strong moon energy. It feels like they're almost like hidden from you, initially, at least their physicality. They're available to you. They're there. You know, can connect with them, perceive them, but you don't see them fully. And I feel like that could pertain to kind of your sort of hesitation, because it feels like there's almost like a balance, because it feels like you're a bit hidden from them as well, my darlings. And it feels like, you know, there's like a vulnerability that is required in connecting to this person that, you know, maybe not initially, but you know, eventually there will have to be vulnerability with this person. But the wonderful thing is, this person is a safe place for that vulnerability, my darlings. If there's a person in this connection with an Adam's apple, they have a very prominent Adam's apple, very long neck as well. Inner thighs and intimate space. Yeah. I mean, you love this person's body. You're very physically attracted to them. Passion is something that really drives you. A lot of sacral chakra energy in this connection. But also, I feel like I'm not gonna lie to you, my darlings. As sweet and lovely and wonderful as this person feels, they can drive you a little bit mad. A little bit mad. They can really stay with you. They have a hold on you, my babies, very effortlessly. And like, you don't even initially understand it, because it's like, they're not, you know, they're charming, and they're like flirtatious and endearing and lovely. They're very, 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 very lovely. But yeah, they get things stirring. I won't lie to you, my babies. Makes you a little bit shy, but it's sweet. It's cute. It's sweet. Your heart is very safe with this person. Very, very, very safe with this person. And I don't feel as though you have felt your heart as being safe with anybody in a long time, or ever, except for maybe your very, very, very closest few. Your heart is very safe with this person. You can trust this person fully, my loves. And I feel like that's something really big. And that's something that, of course, is, you know, easy for me to say. That is something that you have to recognize for yourselves. But I will say, this person makes it effortless how much they prove consistently, without trying, that you can trust in them fully and completely. And that's so valuable to you, my loves, because it feels like, especially in the last like 6 months, you've kind of been stuck in a little bit of an ebb and flow, and like, you know, who can I really trust, and, you know, feeling a little bit lost in that regard. So this is a really wonderful connection. Okay, yeah, I want to pull some letters and see what messages we get through there. I feel like you could also, a signifier that they're on their way, my darlings, you get a little bit of tummy troubles. A little bit of tummy troubles. I feel like you're like, oh, is it something I ate? Is it because I ate this? But it's almost like, it's like anticipation, almost like just before you meet them, like a day or two before you meet them. I feel like you have some stomach issues, just because you're like subconsciously so excited that you're like, yes, I finally fucking found you. We're finally connecting. I mean, it can happen that way, especially with the like the moon energy, like especially Libra full moon. That kind of, you know, shift in energy, especially to bring in like a romantic connection, can sometimes, you know, cause some headaches or sleeplessness or bowel situation. Okay, my loves, let's see. My rings are falling off. I'm hearing love very clearly. initially. So I feel like you guys could call each other love, my love. One of you specifically calls the other my love, which is very, very cute. Um, bu- 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 bu. Um, okay, I want one of you speaks French. Um, you're both very, very, very hugely artistic, very creative. I feel like this person makes you think of flowers, makes you think of spring, makes you think of flowers. This person really, you both feel very, very, very comfortable and very safe being in nature. Very healed by being in nature, but it does feel like both of you live in the city, and um, it feels like, oh, my nose is itchy, confirmation, yeah. You could end up getting like a little like cottage or something like on the water or in like the forest, because that's like your haven away from the world. I'm hearing Phantom of the Opera, so I feel like one of you, both of you could be very into that, very into theater, very into musicals, very into drama. Coast, I feel like one of you lives either on an island or a place that's surrounded almost entirely by water. And there's no point where water is very far from where you are, which is nice because I see you guys being on the beach a lot. You definitely talk on the phone a lot, like a lot. Like I'm like instantly. I'm hearing don't be afraid to make the first move. And I feel like that's daunting for you guys. But yeah, like don't be afraid to make the first move, my loves, because it's so easy. And like literally that's just all it takes, is just making that move and then having every confirmation that you've made the right choice instantly. Because you talk to this person, my loves, and it's like you're so sure so quickly that you want to talk to them forever, every day for the rest of your lives. And you talk on the phone a lot. I'm hearing minute, and I'm seeing a clock, so I feel like you guys could be in different time zones. But it feels like you stay up like very, very, very late sometimes for each other, talking a lot. You guys talk about everything. It's one of those beautiful connections where, it's like you're talking and maybe one person starts to get like tired and it's like, oh, you should go to bed, and then you like, and it's like, oh, what time is it? And then person checks and it's like, oh, we've been on the phone for 6.5 hours. And like you don't even realize, because you're so enthralled in each other and in your conversation with each other, and it's beautiful, my loves. It's it's a really, 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 really lovely connection. The skull here that this little froggy is sitting on and perhaps fornicating with is also reminding me of the death card, which is transformation. And transform we got not in this pile. Yeah, not in this pile, but in pile number 2. And that's what it feels like. It's like you're on the other side of it. Everything, it feels like you both have gone through a lot of transformation, a lot of shaking up, a lot of, really confronting things that were not easy and not comfortable, and things that were difficult, and things that demanded, your attention, and um demanded your um effort and perseverance, and you've gotten through it, and now you're on the other side of it. So and that's really symbolic too, that I see spring being so big for you both. We have text, yeah. So it's what's really beautiful is that you're adults. You're fucking adults, my babies. And you have like work and you have lives, and that's wonderful, because that's so attractive to you. That is so fucking attractive to you, to connect with somebody who has substance in their day, and who isn't just, like, it's like they want you, they adore you, but it's like, they're not they're not like pulling a Patrick to a SpongeBob. It's like, what do you do while I'm at work all day? I wait for you to come home. Like, that's not attractive to you. That kind of codependency, that kind of, lack of drive and passion does nothing for you. So this person has like a full life. This person has a business. This person has, so much going on that they're building and working on. And it's so wonderful for you both to get to hear about that and to get to, sorry, sinuses, and to get to talk about it with each other and to encourage each other, but to also, it's nice to be able to miss each other. You know what I mean, my loves? And you're connecting with somebody like that, and that's so telling. So telling. I'm hearing. Okay, we're getting Latin. So I'm hearing knocks, night. So I feel like you could talk to them initially or discover them at night. I feel like sleeplessness as well. Could like pertain to just, you're just scrolling around and then you just stumble upon them. I'm seeing somebody like take your hand and like walk you to like this person's door, kind of a thing. And I don't know who this person is. I feel like you might not even know who they are either. and, but they just like grab your hand and it's like, trust me, follow me. And you go with them, you trust them, you follow them. They take you to this person's door. All you have to do is knock on the door, my babies. That's all you have to do. It's very simple. Why would you walk to the door just to run away and hide? You knock on the door, you stand on it, you let them say, hello, my love, I'm so glad you found me. Please come in. And then there you go, my loves. Knocks as well as Vox voice. Yeah, so a lot. I feel like you guys could hear each other before you see each other's faces. And I feel like that is not coincidence. That's not coincidence. It feels like you're absolutely fucking gorgeous, my loves, and I say nothing for the sake of saying it. That genuinely and authentically. That is not what I do. I will never say anything because it is what people want me to say. I will only ever speak from pure and authentic heart-centered truths. You are absolutely fucking gorgeous, internally as well as externally, my darlings. Wholeheartedly, entirely encompassed. And at the same time, it feels like you do. I'm hearing comparison is the thief of joy. And it feels like there are a lot of people around you who have really encouraged a lot of comparison. It feels like that could stem from your childhoods, your parents or the people around you, teachers, authority figures could have compared you a lot to the people around you, in terms of academics. It feels like you were very misunderstood. It's like, well, no, I don't understand that. But I can write you a fucking story entirely from my mind in 4 hours that would take you everywhere and move you to tears. But they're like, well, what's 16 times 42? And like, or you've had people, I feel like some of you could have been in relationships with fucking awful people with fucking awful people. And it feels like, they could have, kind of instigated some jealousy within you. They could have instigated some insecurity. They could have, compared you to past partners of theirs. They could have compared you to even like friends of yours who were in connections to be like, well, why don't you do blah, blah, blah? And, a lot of people have controlled you a lot in your life because I'm feeling like a very, very, very hot, very tight pain on my wrist. Like somebody's like grabbing it and like pulling me in a direction I don't want to go in. Don't pull on my wrist. It cracks easily. I have glass bones and paper skin. I'm fragile. I'm not. I'm built like a brick shithouse. Anyway, there is a drunk go-kart story in there somewhere, but that's for another time. That's why my wrist always cracks. But it feels like, you have constantly been compared to others by the people you have trusted and valued. And so when that happens, it becomes very easy for us to then, kind of look within ourselves and only be able to compare. And that's not fair to you, my loves, because to compare you to anybody else is a disservice to how valuable you are in a way that no other person could reach or achieve. And that is what this person sees in you, my darlings. That is the change that's coming, is a person who sees you, who values you, and who recognizes how fortunate they are to be with you, to exist in the space that you exist in. And all you have to do, my loves, is not hop away, because they're there. They've presented themselves to you in a way that makes them available to you, because this person knows you at a spiritual level, and this person knows that, you know, it's very hard for you to kind of step out of your comfort zone. And it's very easy to say, you know, I would only want to be approached by somebody, because then that's sure and that's certain, and that puts you in the position to be like yes or no. Trust in yourself, though. If you feel drawn to this person, my darlings, trust in yourself to reach out to this person, because I do feel as though, you know, this person is going to make it very clear that they are, you know, receptive to you. And I feel like you could kind of get in your heads, you could kind of overthink, and you're like, well, what if they're with somebody? What if, you know, what if they're blah, blah, blah? What if they're this? What if they're put off by this? No, my loves. Trust yourselves. Trust yourselves. You're worthy of the trust. This person trusts you. This person trusts you whole fucking heartedly. This person trusts you enough to find you against all odds, my darlings, because you are the person that their soul loves. And so why would you doubt the trust that they have in you? Because you trust them. So you should trust in the fact that they trust in you, and you should trust in yourself in the same way, my darlings. And it's a very beautiful connection. Money is going to flow to you a lot this year, my darlings. I feel like you are going to be called to invest a lot. You could also be interested in starting a charity this year, my darlings, but very exciting, very big changes for you, my loves. This spring following, like if it's spring now, by next spring, you are going to be very much racing towards the life that you have dreamed of having, and the life that you are going to be in as you're racing towards the life you've dreamed of having is going to be so fucking wonderful and magical. And I do see you holding on very tightly to this person's hand, and both of you running towards it together, which is very exciting. Is there anything else? Oh shit, they give me a shiver and they tell me no. Group number 3, my beautiful darlings, I hope that you enjoyed that. That is wonderful. That's really, really, really warm and cozy, and you deserve the very, very best, my loves. If you enjoyed that, my darlings, please feel free to, what do you feel free to do? Oh my god, we're dwindling fast. Feel free to let me know by leaving a comment. I love to hear from you guys. I love to talk to you. Oh shit. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Okay. Dropped an M. The name Michael is jumping out, as well as Thomas, David, and Daniel. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, if you enjoyed, if you enjoyed, yes. If you enjoyed the reading and my energy resonated with you and the reading resonated with you, please consider subscribing. All of my links for Patreon, as well as Instagram, as well as, I know colors, as well as, I'm struggling. I'm sick. Instagram. Fuck. And my Etsy store, as well as my email for more information on private readings, are down below in the description box. Thank you so much for being here with me, my loves. I adore you. You deserve the very, 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 very best, my darlings. Really and truly, you are so well loved and well looked out for. And it's because all of the wonderful things on their way to you, you're deserving of, my loves. Really, truly, honestly, genuinely. Thank you so much for being here with me. I love you very, very much. Bye. Hello, 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 my beloveds. Group number 4, if you picked Eel Mystery. This is your reading on what big changes are coming your way. I am so fucking sweaty right now. It is spring in Canada, and what does that even really mean? Yesterday it was snowing, and today it's very, very hot. So I don't know how to dress, so I'm in pajama pants, and I'm sitting beside an open window, but my gosh, I am moist. We have inspiration and well-being. Okay, wonderful. The big project you've been working on, my loves, that you've been stuck on, it's been sitting, dust on the shelf, etc., etc. You're going to pick that back up, my loves. What is happening? What are we pulling first? I want to pull this first. Yes, and it feels like, you know, you've been a bit hard on yourselves, because it feels like this project is like the encompassed thing that, you know, you're like, this is what I want to do with my life. This is how I am manifesting the life that I want to live. This project, this thing that I've put my heart and soul into. I want to see it, you know, take me somewhere completely new, and that's where I want to exist, and I want to do this for a living, and I want, you know, I know that I can do this. And then life happens sometimes, my babies, and it's kind of sat on the sidelines, and it's you know, you've been hard on yourself, because it's like, well, now nothing's going to change, and that's not true, my darlings. Things are going to change. You've just had to prioritize other things. Yeah. So, you know, it's important for us to listen to ourselves and listen to our bodies and trust our intuition. And if something is guiding us to take a step back and to, you know, to kind of be at pause for a little bit and give back to ourselves in whatever way we need to. It feels like, you know, you had some emotional things that you had to go through, that you had to kind of take pause from, and, you know, it feels like you would try. It feels like you would try to kind of, you know, get the energy and the inspiration to connect back to this project of yours, but it's like I couldn't, and it's because it wasn't the right time, my loves. And, you know, these things you can't rush, you can't force, but it does feel as though with the next full moon, you're going to have your inspiration back, my darlings. It feels like the next full moon is going to be a lot of release for you. The mysteries, the eels card, excuse me, really reminds me of the Scorpio, of the death card, that kind of transformative, you know, rebirth energy. And that's what it feels like. It's like you're shedding the last bits of this 4 of Cups and 3 of Swords energy, and you're moving towards, you know, inspiration, and you're moving towards, you know, something that you're going to see a lot of success within yourself for. You're going to be very proud of yourselves for what you're doing. You're also going to really kind of reconnect with the visualization that, like, yes, this is something that I know for sure I want to do with my life, and I know for sure, you know, I want to be able to live off of this, and I want to feel this every day, and you know, understanding it with kind of a new perspective as well, that like those ebbs and flows of creativity will happen, and you don't always need to beat yourself up about it, and you don't need to, you know, get hard on yourselves and judge yourselves, because they're going to happen. Those ebbs and flows of creativity are going to happen, my loves. And so you can't kind of, you know, be so hard on yourselves every time. You just kind of gotta work through it, and you gotta be patient with yourselves, my loves. But you are really, really, really going to see a lot of confirmations in the next 4 to 8 months, that what you are doing is worth it. So for those of you who are writing, I feel like you could be posting, you know, you're writing on, like, I don't know, you could be entering, like, kind of like, you know, story competitions, or you could be posting your writing, like, for those of you that even write, like, fan fiction or something or other, and it could be getting, like, recognition. And I feel like what you're working on is original, but there's something, like, you know, for those of you that are making music, you could be posting covers as well as working on original stuff, and your covers are getting a lot of attention. You could be, you know, posting art while working on, like, something, you know, bigger pertaining to art. You could, you know, there's a lot of different avenues that you're kind of sprinkling out little tastes of into the world, and those little tastes that you're sprinkling are getting a lot of receptivity and getting a lot of attention and getting a lot of recognition, and that's a very big confirmation for you, because it's like, oh, if they like this, then wait till they see what I've put like all of my passion into. And that's very, very reassuring for you, my darlings. It feels very exciting. It definitely feels like, yeah, this is something that's going to carry you quite far. With the Page of Pentacles and the Knight of Pentacles, yeah. And it feels like, you know, part of what also I feel you've been dealing with has been like financial based, you know, because before our dreams become reality, you know, somebody's got to pay the bills while we try and make those dreams happen. And yeah, a new start coming. That's beautiful. This has come out a few times in today's reading, and that's really lovely. Lovely confirmation, since the theme of the reading is, you know, what big changes are happening. The energy is gaining momentum, and nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, so you're not going to be in the place that you're in forever, my loves. Also, the Void of Course moon is the phase of the moon before it transitions into a full moon. And so that is kind of the phase that it feels like you're in now. Because it feels like, yeah, the full moon is going to release everything you need to release before that new start is coming. And so just being patient with yourselves, my darlings, and, you know, doing the best that you can every day in any way that you can, because even, you know, even like thinking of ideas and even writing down ideas is work in regards to creativity, you know. So just recognizing more so the bits and pieces that you are doing in the best way that you can, and knowing that, you know, it's all building up to the grander scheme of things. But it feels like definitely it's going to go very positively for you, my loves. Barn owl, love approaches unexpectedly. Red and owl barbet, harmony returns even after wrenching loss. Yes. And wood duck, enrich your life by keeping your every option open. Yeah. So definitely just, you know, being patient with yourself and recognizing that the things you have been going through, you've gone through because you had to go through them. And you will reconnect with your passions and what really drives you. It also feels like you could have a close friend or even a partner who shares your interests and your passions, and there might even be like some kind of maybe like jealousy or insecurity if they're like not going through the blockage that you're going, and it's like, well, when can I catch up there? And not blaming this person for that, my darlings, is very important, but understanding that, you know, it's an ebb and a flow. There will be times when you're very inspired that, you know, they're not so inspired, and rather than that, you know, gaining inspiration from them and seeing them, you know, in a moment of passion and a moment of drive and inspiration, and being inspired by that yourselves, rather than, you know, turning it into any kind of competition, my darlings. But it is going to, like, the reignition of your passion for this is really going to swoop in and surprise you in a really positive way, my loves. I also feel like it's really it's like high time that this comes through for you, because these messages are coming through like very like quickly and point blank. Going through changes, new beginnings. Yeah, absolutely. That with the new moon energy is lovely. Soft, committed, balanced, judgmental, overstimulated, and taste. Okay, yeah. So definitely being gentle with yourselves. It also feels like feathers are going to be big confirmations for you, my loves. Confirmations of, you know, the messages received here, as well as, you know, the messages that you're on the right track. Everything is going well and as it's supposed to, my loves. Leaning on your supportive and comfortable connections, especially connections that relate to people who are creatives as well, or who are, you know, driven by the same kind of passion that you are. And you know, having like an open space with them as well. Yeah. So understanding, I feel like it's really important to tell you that, you know, there's so many different ways to be inspired, and, you know, there's not just any one, you know, right avenue to take in regards to inspiration. So especially for those of you who are like writers or who are artists, you know, if all you can muster up to do is to watch something and, you know, be inspired and take some notes, then that's something that's building up to something. And one day, you know, those notes are just going to spark out at you, and you're going to take it and you're going to fucking run. So being more, more gentle and more understanding with yourselves, and understanding that right now you're in a phase of, kind of really needing to pay attention to the give and take towards yourselves, and not being so harsh on yourselves, and understanding as well, the importance in being able to take breaks and being able to take space. And, it's difficult when you're so passionate about what you do, and when you want it to, encompass your whole life, and when you, you want to do it all the time. It's very difficult to be okay with taking a step back and taking a break. But, no one thing can be, your whole life, my darlings. And so it feels like right now you're in a phase of kind of finding that balance. And it feels like you will find it, and it feels like, you just got to kind of trust the process, but also trust in yourselves and trust in your own judgment as well, and know that, nothing you're going through is for no reason, and is without merit. Yeah, excuse Rowan's dog here. But yeah, you've definitely been putting a lot of pressure on yourselves, my darlings. Feels like you could also be wanting to start an online business, some of you, and that's kind of getting delayed. And so there's some frustration in that as well. But yeah, just being more gentle and more understanding with yourselves, because ultimately, of course, this is going to be work, but you also want it to be an enjoyable experience. You want it to be a pleasurable experience. And you need to take some weight off your shoulders, my darlings, because I feel like that weight is kind of bogging you down so much that it's blocking your creativity. And that's not really fair to you, my loves. I feel like some of you could be getting a lot of foot pain as well. I feel like that's just coming through as confirmation, as well as coming through that you're not really like relaxing or resting fully enough. Those like arch of the foot cramp kind of things, when we're so like tense and so like pushing ourselves so much. Okay, let's pull some messages, my darlings. Your reading is going through. I think this is the fastest one. You're like, I just need to know. Like, I just need answers. You're so frustrated, my loves, which is understandable, because those kinds of, creative blockages can be extremely frustrating. But they're not forever, my darlings. I'm hearing Sunday. Some of you could really like listening to music while you work, because I'm hearing Sunday, Bloody Sunday by U2. I think it's by U2. I should know. My parents love U2, and that was like 85% of my childhood was listening to U2. I'm hearing solar plexus again very clearly. Oops. Rodeo. Some of you could have like dreams of like living in LA, or like creating in LA, or whining and dining with the best of them. I feel like some of you could have also just tried sushi or seafood for the first time at like a nice place that you really enjoyed. I'm hearing not right now. So like it is going to happen. It is going to happen quite soon, but just trust in the process, my darlings. Trust that, I'm hearing the name Colleen. I'm hearing sun. So yeah, you're definitely going to get a spark of creative and abundant energy. And it feels like once that happens, my darlings, you're just going to run with it, and you're not going to lose it, for a very, 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 very long time. These seem to be stuck together for a reason. So that could be like an acronym for company you work for or want to work for, like a gallery you want to be at, or a music label company. I feel like confirmations of from spirit also come through like tickling like the arches of your feet. Some of you, it feels like English could be like not your primary language, and maybe there's like, you know, an issue with your confidence in what you do because you want to do it in English because you want to reach a wider audience, but your confidence in your skills aren't like the very highest. And so of course that takes patience, my darlings. You know, it's a language that takes like a lot of practice and a lot of learning, and you know, in a lot of different ways. And yeah, it what's meant for you isn't going to be stopped by that, my darlings. I can promise you that. I feel like some of you could really resonate with the energy of the horse, which is just like to go for something. Or you could, your favorite animal could be a horse, or like when you visualize like where this passion is taking you, part of what you visualize is like ranch with horses, which could connect with rodeo as well. Just like wanting a little ranch with beautiful horses that you get to like ride anytime you want, and you get to see and take care of and admire. Is there anything else? Ooh, I'm hearing don't worry very clearly. Like don't worry, my darlings. And that's easy to say, but trusting in it is very, very important, my loves. Group number 4, my darlings, I wish you the best. The project you're working on is super fucking exciting, by the way. It's really, really, really great. It's going to be really wonderful to see that come to fruition. I hope that you enjoyed that, my loves. If you did, please feel free to let me know by leaving a comment. I love to talk to you guys. I love to hear from you. If the reading resonated and my energy resonated, please feel free to subscribe. All of my links for Patreon that has the extended 18 plus readings, as well as exclusive readings, monthly forecasts, what have you, are down. As well as my Instagram, my Etsy store, and my email for private readings are all down in the description box below. Thank you so much for being here with me, my darlings. I wish you all the best, and I love you very, very much. Bye.